All right, good evening, Who That Nation. Welcome to the WDN Chatline podcast. This is the host CB, and welcome to the NFC South Roundtable. As you see, I have two guests with me. I have a representative from the Carolina Panthers, and I have a representative from the Tampa Bay Yucks. And shortly, we will be having another representative from the Atlanta Field Clowns. Saints, y'all know how we crash on the Field Clowns. We give them that clown's name. But that's how it's going tonight. So tonight we're gonna have a roundtable. We're gonna be have a discussion at the table about each team's off season, who they brought in, who they QB, defense, offense, etc. Going, the confidence in their team, letter grade for their free agency so far, and that's how it's gonna go tonight. But before we do that, of course, we got to get to the comment section and give a welcome out to the people in the comments. Of course, the OG Jerry Poor in the building. Who that to you, fam? Who that, Jerry? Rose City said, whoa, now. Okay. Definitely going to be fire tonight, fam. JT said, blessings. Who that to you? New intro. Yes, sir, fam. Had to switch it up on them. Shout out to Doug Corleone. Said, man, y'all know what it is. Who that nation? We definitely know what it is. Okay, I see Brandon McGowan in the building. Said, yo. Who that to you, fam? And shout out to Hoodie Jube. Who that nation? Y'all know who Hoodie Jube is. He definitely not a stranger. You guys go check out his channel. Hoodie Jube definitely be putting in some great work, great content. Definitely looking forward to do some work with you, Hoodie Jube, this offseason. Shout out to you, fam. Okay. So before we get started, I'm gonna give a rundown of how the show gonna go. Of course, in a few seconds, I'm gonna let the fellas introduce themselves, and after that, we're gonna get started. As you guys know, the rankings. The rankings was the Yucks won the division by default, so we're gonna start their team first. Then we're gonna go down the list. Who that nation? We was next to last, so we'll be third to go, and then the Field Clowns gonna end it out. So hopefully Sean J will be in the building by that time. So I'm gonna let the fellas go ahead and give their introduction. We can start with DJ.
So I see you had your little, yucks and all that, you know what I'm saying? And you ain't had nothing for the Panthers. You ain't got no little kittens, Camelina, you know what I'm saying? Something. I must be friends or something, but you already know. This your boy DJ. Part of MC South versus NFL. That's our channel. Change some things up. Probably a big talk podcast. Trying to figure some things out. You can follow me on Twitter at the Buck Stops here. I talk mainly Bucks, but I also will throw a lot of MC South stuff out there and talk my ish. And yeah, man, you see it. Bucks representative, 2-time NFC South champs. Put some respect on it. Until you do anything else, put respect on it, because we are on top of the South. No matter what it looked like, we on top of the South right now. So watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
Okay, DJ. Well, we glad to have you on, fam. Next, we got Mike in the building.
Mike, you know what it is. It's your boy Mike Ricks, man, the Carolina Panthers representative. I'm representing my boy Cam Newton right now, man. He trying to get a job, man. He unemployed. Somebody pay that man. Somebody pay him. It just ain't going to be in Carolina because we got the first pick. But you know what it is. Second place in the division with all the turmoil that we went through. To finish second, man, feeling good. Feeling good. And I see you, Brandon McGowan, talking about pussy kittens. We ain't no pussy kittens over here. We ain't no pussy kittens. We beat y'all. Anyway, we'll say that for later, man. But I'm excited. I'm excited about this season, man. We got new juice, new energy, but we'll talk about that a little later. You can follow us, man, like DJ said, on the NFC South versus the NFL. We'll change the name. It's probably going to be Big Talk Sports. I don't know, something like that. We got a lot to talk about. But yeah, you can follow me at Coach Mike on Twitter and all that, man. Carolina, stand up. 704.
Glad to have y'all fellas in the building. And as you just heard, both of these guys, and along with Sean J that's coming on a little bit later, they have their podcast together. They do their own part where they have their podcast together. The NFC South versus the NFL. You guys, please go check out that channel. I'm pretty sure it be lit week in and week out whenever they doing shows because you constantly, taking a jab at each other's squads. It's in the division, so I'm pretty sure that podcast is on fire, which I know. But you guys, please go check that out. Shout out to y'all, man. Appreciate it.
No, yeah.
Appreciate it, dude. That what's up, man?
Okay, so let's just go ahead and get started, man. Like I said, just being fair. We're gonna start with the Buccaneers, but before I do that, I just want to put this up right here. Who That Nation? Y'all already know how CB get down on the WDN Chatline podcast. I keep it all the way 100, and for the fellas that's with me tonight, along with Sean J that's coming in, I just hope they keeping it 100 as well. So I just wanted to put that up there. Real and honest conversation. And not putting your team where it don't supposed to be. So, like I said, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and start with with the Bucks. It's only fair. Y'all won the division, so we're gonna start with y'all. So let's just go ahead and get started. So my thing is, I seen you came in kind of hot, but how do you feel about Tom Brady retiring? And do you realize y'all headed back to where y'all once was? How's that feeling? Because the only reason y'all's name got up there was due to Tom Brady re-signing with y'all. Y'all better make a statue of that man. He definitely need a statue from y'all. If he wouldn't have came down there, y'all wouldn't have been nowhere near no Super Bowl. But anyway, how you feeling on Tom Brady, and what's your response to going back to the basement in this division?
Hey, hold on, DJ. Talk that ish, CB. My bad. Go ahead.
That was cute to keep it 100. Did y'all have that at the start? I think that must be the slogan for 2023. Because y'all definitely didn't do that last season when I tried to warn y'all about your Saints. You ain't trying to use that slogan there. Y'all were trying to say we're going to keep it moving.
Things happen, though. Things happen.
Things happen because y'all made it happen. I don't
made it happen, or
everybody got the issues, everybody got the injuries, people got divorces, they got all kinds of stuff, coaches leave, they come, all kinds of things happen, all kinds of teams, man. Don't give me no excuse.
We just had the red hell rifle back there. I didn't expect him to be our guy. I didn't expect him to be the guy going in.
Who decision to come up on that podium and say the red rifle gives us the best chance to win, and y'all still ended up doing what y'all doing. So
in the Who That Nation, we pissed off about it. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, hell yeah, he came on there and said that. So I mean, I can't go against that. Was Jameis healthy? Obviously he was. If DA coming up to the podium saying, a crazy statement like that. But yeah, I can't go against that.
Just remember that when you go do your little soliloquy on your team. Is your coach, okay? Just remember that got to be part of your soliloquy. But right now, we're talking about the NFC South champions currently. And all that basement talk you doing right now, that's cool. We'll see where y'all going to end up because if I'm not mistaken, over the last 15 years or so, you had a certain two people there named Sean Payton and Drew Brees. Can you tell me, because you a Saints fan, what were y'all looking like before that? What were y'all looking like before that?
It depends how far you're going back. If you talking about like in the 80s and 90s,
we can go to the early 2000s.
Well, the year before they got there, yeah, we was 3-13. But prior to that, we had a few years like 2000. We made the playoffs, so it wasn't like we wasn't no paper bags. A few of those years prior to Sean them getting up. But like, yeah, in the 80s, 90s, back in that paper bag era, yeah, we were definitely that. And that was before my time. But when I was a fan, in the late 90s, we wasn't a good football team. I can go with that. I mean,
I just want to put that in perspective where I'm about to go with the whole Tom Brady and BA and us actually bringing a legit pieces into an organization that was a turn cycle of mess, right? That's what we were over the last decade. We didn't have no consistency at quarterback. We didn't have no consistency at coaching staff, GM. It was always moving every 3 to 4 years. We always had that going on. We're hoping that's not going to be the case going forward. Obviously Tom Brady being gone now. Congratulations on your retirement. As a Bucs fan, I'm gonna say it like I say it everywhere else. I appreciate you coming to Tampa and obviously bringing a lot of attention and wins, something that we haven't seen since Tony Dungy and John Gruden and our other Super Bowl and everything like that. Obviously we had some bad years, which you are very clearly making that being known. Now, with that, so let me just make sure I'm hitting the right things now because I was just messing with you. But so what exactly are you looking for in regards to this? Like, what we gonna talk? What you want me to talk about the off season?
Oh yeah, I mean just your off season. Now I just want that was just a question about the Tom Brady. Now, yeah,
and he didn't answer it, and he ain't answered.
Yeah, that was just a question.
Talking about the basement. I ain't gonna talk about the basement. We ain't in there. We the champs right now. Ain't no. Are we talking facts or are you talking about what you think?
I mean, now the facts.
Are we going to talk the facts or are we going to talk what's going on right now? Y'all looking what's in between my legs.
The new league year started March the 8th, right?
But there's still that got to be removed from the top, right?
That was default, though. That was default.
Who's Super Bowl champs? Is that just automatically change?
No, I said y'all got y'all Super Bowl. I ain't faulting that. I'm just saying y'all need to know the driving force for that Super Bowl and stop making it seem like Carlton Davis.
I mean, like, right? Any year it can happen, but to be a realistic Bucs fan, I'm not going to sit here and act like, oh yeah, we about to just run it back. Every year y'all like to run it back. We're not running it back right now. We had to retool, right? We had like 16, 17, I might be more than that free agents. And majority of them were starters that left our team, right? So there's a lot of transition going on with the Bucs right now, and obviously the biggest one being Tom Brady. Tom Brady retired, so now we have Baker Mayfield and Kyle Trask. Kyle Trask we drafted 2 years ago in the second round. I would want to think that the organization, because they did heavily invest into a quarterback like that they would like to see him actually compete and beat out Baker Mayfield. But Baker Mayfield's been a star in this league. He's not going to lay down. He's going to do some good things. He's going to compete, and he's going to want to win that job. Overall, I think with this offseason, I think the team has overall did good, right? We had to swallow a bullet of what we did over the last couple of years, right? We signed big contracts. We were selling out for, multiple Super Bowls, that second one with the 13-4 year. We thought we can get it that year. We didn't. But at the end of the day, you still brought these players in and you had your window until Tom was leaving. And that's what they tried to do with these contracts. Now they had to scale back these contracts. They had to get rid of players. We got rid of our left tackle, Donovan Smith, playoff Lenny. Salute to you. He's out of there. Cameron Brate. Who else did we get rid of? We had to get rid of just some players that we didn't see for the future of going forward with this team. The players they saw going forward with this team, they kept. And the ones they brought back were the pieces that they wanted to bring back. And it was only a select few. They only brought back, Jamel Dean, the Buck for life, Levante David, couple offensive line, Aaron Stinney, Nick Lepp. What's that?
Oh, my fault. I said y'all re-signed Levante?
Yeah. Levante a Buck, man. He even said he would take a reduction. He
No, I'm saying, have he signed or is that just
that ain't
what was the deal? Because I ain't hear nothing about him.
Well, you're not a Buck. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you follow my timeline. I put it.
Are you sure he ain't going somewhere trying to chase something? I mean, I don't know. I didn't see the news, man. I maybe missed it.
Okay, yeah, we brought him back. We brought back. Who else did we bring back? We brought back a couple of offensive linemen, interior, Aaron Stinney, Nick Leverett, and I think I'm missing. Oh yeah, we brought in from the Rams, Greg Gaines, to kind of replace Hicks, who was down there. Obviously a little injury history. and he's a little younger. I think he's like 26 right now. Played some good, reps with the Rams. I already said Baker. Feel like I'm missing somebody, but like I said, majority of it was just, I think, good signings. We restructured contracts. Like I said, we got under the cap. We ain't got to worry about next year. We're going to be good with the cap next year. Going to have plenty of money going forward. And that was the main thing. And, we want to bring players that actually wanted to be back in Tampa. That was the most important thing. That's the biggest thing that I picked up with this offseason. We're not just signing players and giving them these huge contracts to be like, here, all this money, which we've done in the past. And it hasn't worked out for us. We've overpaid players, which is the reason why we had the slump that we've had. Darrelle Revis, just to name one player, he came down here and rehab. We played him a crazy contract. A couple linemen from Cincinnati. I can't remember. I think Michael Johnson, something like that, finessed us. We've made mistakes like that in the past. We signed, I think, some really good contracts. Jamel Dean took a little less to come back. He said himself he wanted to be a leader in his locker room going forward. He was one of the biggest cornerbacks on the market this past offseason. So overall, I think we did a good job in free agency to, one, not overspend, and also get players to come back to Tampa that wanted to be in Tampa, and get some players that weren't with Tampa that wanted to actually be in Tampa. So it's pretty cool. Oh, and I also forgot to say Chase Edmonds, running back from Arizona. We also signed him, another player that should be a good backup behind Rachaad White, who is going to be our number one running back going forward. And I don't know, it feels different than the past, and we're gonna find out if it's true or not. But as a Bucs fan, I think we're sitting nice now. We'll get into a little more about the ins and outs of it, but I'm not mad about this offseason, how it played out for us.
So you 10 toes down, confident in
the direction.
Do you think they brought Baker in the start or just competition?
Who's that? You talking about in particular or just players?
No, I'm talking about Baker. Is he in there on a prove it deal, or he in there?
It is a prove it deal.
Because I know the
base of $4 million. That's Baker's base is $4 million. That's all he's getting. So that's definitely a prove it year. Baker needed somewhere that he can actually go somewhere and have an opportunity to start, because he's still trying to cash in himself, right? I mean, what happened to Carolina did not work out for him. He went to the Rams. Everybody loves to talk about that one game he came in, I think on a Thursday, and, had a couple nice plays, and that's what they're going to highlight and be like, oh, yeah, Baker still has a chance, right? So, yeah, you bring Baker here with the intent to think that Baker's going to want to start here. He's not going to just come here and be like, oh, I'm here to fall in line to a second-round pick. Kyle Trask, he was number one pick overall, not 5 years ago. He still thinks he's a star in the NFL, which is fair. And he's going to come here and compete. He has a whole offseason, unlike what he had with Carolina. He came in, around training camp and had to figure it out. He's now got March all the way through training camp to now, you'll have OTAs, and, he's going to have basically the entire offseason to get acclimated with the offense and the players. And because Kyle Trask hasn't earned anything with this roster yet, right? He hasn't earned nothing. So I feel like if Baker Mayfield wins the job, we're gonna be one of the teams that's going before one of them number one quarterbacks next year. Because I highly doubt, even if Baker has an okay year or average year and he is a starter, let's just say that's how it plays out, they're not going to re-sign Baker. I just don't see it happening right now. Now we got to play it out and see what it looks like. But it feels like they're doing this to make it competitive, try to be a competitive team this year, and go get their future quarterback in the draft next year.
So, okay, so for the draft, what do you – I mean, because I know free agency still going on. There's still some players out there, each team can go get. But, the draft is a few weeks away. In the March, April about to come around. So what is your team looking at far position-wise? Is you confident in that running back? Is you confident in Rachaad White being y'all's number one guy? You really stand on that and confident?
I like Rachaad White. I think he's going to be a really good running back. I like him. I like his swag. I like, his confidence, because, it's been a lot. And I don't know if you saw my Twitter, because early I was a big Bijan Robinson guy, right? Because I saw Bijan on many mocks being able to fall to us. So, I was like, hey, since we're not going to have a lot of talent and everything like that, you might as well get a top 5 talent out this draft and throw him in there. And he's going to ultimately make your offense better just because of the ability that he had. Now, I took nothing away from what Rachaad White is. Rachaad White, I think, is going to be a really good back. But there's nothing wrong with having a two-headed monster when it came to that. But as it seems, with some of the movements and everything, how the Bucs are moving with Rachaad White and him hosting events and everything like that, I feel like they are going to move forward. He changed his number to number 1. They posted that and they're advertising him, right? So I'm like, all right, Rachaad White's going to be the number 1, and he did flash to show that he can be the guy. But again, that's a player that has to play a whole season to show us what he got. And I am confident to think that Rachaad White could do it. In regards to the draft, with everything that we did in free agency, the one thing that we did not fill, because we filled all the other positions with either players that were here or free agents. The only position that we didn't make any moves at is safety. And that's where my approach and my thought process with this team has been. And that's why over the last mock that I did and I posted, I had Brian Branch out of Alabama. I think that you add him with Anquan Winfield in that back, along with Carlton Davis and Jamel Dean. We talking maybe one of the better secondaries in this division. Brian Branch is a beast. If you don't know nothing about him and his ability, he's really good as a box safety. He's a very good tackler, very good instincts. He's your total package, and I think the best safety in this class. I think the pundits are starting to learn that because a lot of them at first had him at the late, prospect in the first. I'm now seeing him start to move up a little bit because when you watch that man tape, man, let him come to the Bucs. It's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. Outside of that, I got a couple other players I don't want to get into, but Brian Branch, in my opinion, is the number 1 player that needs to be drafted by the Bucs in the first round of the draft.
Okay. All right, we'll see how that panned out. I mean, I just know as a Saints fan, I mean, it ain't just saying it just because it's division talk. That guy doesn't scare us at all in the backfield, and Baker damn sure not scaring us. And Kyle Trask, I really can't go on the limb right now because I ain't seen him playing the NFL game. So I ain't gonna speak ahead. Man, might be something, he may not. We'll see. But if Baker running out there for y'all in 2023, we really about to do some work to y'all with that man out there. Well, hopefully, hopefully he is. I'm gonna say hopefully he is because Cal Trask, man, he might be a dog or something. I don't know, but I know what Baker is. So,
and I think that's what the Bucs are trying to find out, right? And I think that's why I said what I said. If Baker wins it, there's a good chance the Bucs know they're going to be drafting the number 1 overall. Not number 1, but like whatever the top couple quarterbacks are next year, they're going to be looking hard at them and making a move for one of them if Baker somehow wins that job.
I feel like that either way, but
that's fair too. I think that's very fair. I think so too a little bit because he's in his 3rd year going into his 4th, Kyle Trask. So yeah, that's fair.
Right. Okay, so we can move on to the team that swept us. Man, I ain't think it was gonna be. Man, I can't believe that we let the Carolina Panthers sweep us. We're gonna start with you, man. First off, why y'all taking guys off our team? I was about to say out of vision.
Okay.
Why y'all taking guys from our team for? Before you say that, did you just make a comment on the red rifle, or was that just DJ?
Oh no, I can't wait. I was hoping for that question too, but I can address that next. But well, that's part of the question. I'll start there. If you watch the NFC South versus the NFL, know anything about me, I actually like the red rifle. I've been a fan of him, and I'm not saying he's great, but I thought he was the best quarterback on your roster. And it showed to me he was the best quarterback on that roster. If you would have kept Jameson, what y'all want to do is bury this mess with injuries. Jameis he was on a record-setting pace again for turnovers after those first 3 games. You saw what we did to him in Carolina. You saw what we did to him in Carolina. This man was turning the ball over more than them apple pies at daggone McDonald's. He was turnover. So I'm telling you, as a defensive-minded coach, you want a guy that's going to minimize turnovers, not going to take a lot of risk, and so he was the best fit for your football team to have success. I can only imagine what you would have done if he would have started the season because you had continuity going into the preseason because Jameis was hurt with him at quarterback. You could have probably won this division if you did that, but you didn't. You went back to Jameis. He realized he made a mistake, used the perfect opportunity to use Red Rifle as that injury as an excuse to insert him as the starter and kept it going. Like the Red Rifle, I believe, was what, 3-5, or I don't know. No, he wasn't 3-5. Don't get me wrong. I forgot what he was, but he was 6-8, something like that. He almost had a winning record or 500 at least. So I personally think the Red Rifle we have is a great pickup for us. It's a guy that knows the offense over there in New Orleans, because when you look at the teams and everybody's breakdown right now, let's keep this thing 100. You said keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. With the New Orleans Saints, the Carolina Panthers, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the Atlanta Falcons, even though I believe Atlanta's going to be better and going to be competitive for this division, y'all, the Saints right now,
gave y'all the recipe.
Yeah, exactly. Y'all are the team to beat.
I respect it. I'm glad you probably the only fan out of all these divisions that'll say that. We gave every team in the division the recipe.
Absolutely.
Bits and pieces of what we had going on.
Right.
Started with y'all got
Tuttle.
What's the offensive coordinator?
Oh,
the one that was running our offense. I forgot his name. I slipped my mind. But when Teddy was there and y'all was running the same offense.
Joe Brady.
Joe
Brady. Yeah. So when I look at this, man, I look at that as like, okay, he knows he got a chance to learn a little bit of Pete Carmichael's system. So he can give us some insight towards the defense to help us game plan. We got Tuttle, who is an excellent run stopper, which we needed definitely. And so he can give us some insight on the defense there. We got Von Bell, who actually played in the Super Bowl, had a lot. Jameis had his broken back. You right. What you think was going to happen. Yeah, but it's same thing. You should have been over. If the daggone Falcons wouldn't have daggone pooped the bed, you should have been over. But anyway, I digress. Tuttle is a great pickup for us. Run stopper beast out there, man. I really like it. We needed that. Free agency, I'll just go ahead and jump into that because I know what we're doing. We're using those guys to help with the division. Free agency, loved it. We got Andy Dalton, as we talked about. We got Tuttle, who I think is a great pickup for run defense, and y'all had one of the better run defenses in the NFL, especially in the South, and he was a big part of that. We messed around and got Von Bell, who just played in the Super Bowl, who actually has had a pretty good career, not just with New Orleans, but had a very good career with the Bengals. I love the Adam Thielen pickup. That's a veteran route running receiver that's going to catch the ball and give you touchdowns. I believe he had 14 the year before. He had 10 the year before that. He had, 6, 7 this past year. The guy gets in the end zone, something we haven't had a lot of in Carolina with receivers getting in the end zone. So I really like that pickup. Is he a number one? No. Is he the same Adam Thielen as he was before? No. But what he can do is run routes, create enough separation because he does know how to run routes, and he's going to come down with the football. I guarantee you that. He got good hands. I love the pickup of Hayden Hurst. Thank you, Sean J., for letting him go. I know y'all went and got somebody that's better, but I ain't mad at that. But I love Hayden Hurst, man. Another guy that's a route runner. We got blockers at the tight end position. We just didn't have anybody that was going to be able to run routes and catch balls. So now we can actually do that. Now we're going to give our rookie quarterback with that first overall pick. We're going to give our rookie quarterback another safety valve. We picked up Miles Sanders. I mean, you look at his RAS score, and I don't know if some of y'all know about the RAS score. That's when they do it based on the 40 time, the shuttle time, your measurements, all of that. It's like your athletic score, right? his RAS score was better than Christian McCaffrey's. Now, I'm not saying he's C-Mac. Let's not get that twisted. Yeah. But what I'm saying is that we can get it. We can get a guy with a lot of those same intangibles for a third of his price at 25 years old. I'll take it. This guy helped his team get to the Super Bowl, had 11 touchdowns, had over 1,000 yards. He was 5th in rushing this past year. I'll take it. I love that pickup. Now, what I don't love is the fact that we couldn't keep Foreman with him. That was the problem I had. I wanted to keep Foreman along with him, then it would have been a serious problem. But hey, it is what it is. Who else did we get? We re-signed my Bradley Bozeman, my center. That's the guy I wanted. I wanted him more than Foreman, but we wanted to keep Bradley Bozeman here. Shout out to the Bozeman family. They are legit and great out here in Carolina. The Bozeman, we were able to keep him. We were able to keep Henry Anderson, I believe his name is, one of the defensive ends. Played 11 games for us, was very productive. Another guy that's very good against the run. So I like what we're doing, man. I actually love what we're doing. We filling a lot of spots. We got some other things that are brewing right now that y'all aren't aware of. That's about to make this thing go for what it is. And if you've been paying attention to national media, which I don't really care too much for, they've been loving us too. So I'm excited. I'm excited about where we're going with this. So if I have to give a grade, because you said that at the beginning, DJ don't know how to actively listen, I'm going to give a grade on my free agency. And I'm going to say it's a B+. I'm flirting with an A, but I'm going to give it a B+. And the reason I'm going to give it a B+ is because I hated to give up DJ Moore. Because I just bought his damn jersey last year. So that's another reason why I hate to give him up. But the next, and I didn't want to give up Foreman. So those are two guys that we gave up to the Bears, along with giving up those draft picks to the Bears. And then our other backup, PJ Walker, went to the Bears. So to me, it looked like they got a first-round swap with us, a second round, first round, and another second round 2 years from now, plus DJ Moore, plus Foreman, plus PJ. So that's the only negative that I would say about this. Outside of that, the coaching, hands down, we got a phenomenal coaching staff with veteran experience, a lot of rings that go around these fingers that we don't have in Carolina. A lot of that, man. So I'm loving everything we've done so far, even the Andy Dalton pickup. And I see y'all in the chat talking about Andy Dalton. Only reason why y'all saying Andy Dalton trash is because y'all ain't make daggone playoffs. Now, did you make the playoffs when James was there? Answer me this.
I'm gonna be hot. I'm gonna be honest. I ain't never say Andy was trash. I'm just saying he never was gonna be our driving force.
Right.
Like he just make he just a guy that's gonna make the right decisions. We needed more than that offensively. We needed more than that. We couldn't have a guy just make the sound check down. He had about 2 or 3 good games where he let his arm swing a little bit, but majority of the time just a check down. We needed offensively somebody to be the driving force leaders, and he ain't that type of quarterback. So I ain't gonna go to the point saying he trash. I ain't never said that, but he definitely not. A backup,
Right.
Yeah, definitely a hell of a backup. Yeah, I love him as a backup.
Right.
But to say like we would have been worse off with Jameis now. I know that's just part of your trash talk. You really don't stand on that.
Oh, yes, I do. I stand 10 toes and 10 fingers down on it. And they know I do because I've been saying it and I'll be consistent on it. And I'm telling you, it's different if Sean Payton was the coach, you wouldn't hear this from me. But because Sean Payton's not the coach, I can say this because there's a defensive-minded guy over there coaching in Denise Allen. And so because Denise Allen is over there coaching, he needed a guy that was just like Andy Dalton, just what you described. Because if Jameis would have been no risk it, no biscuit and letting that thing launch and trying to give those boys a lot of chances, it would have put the defense in even worse situations. And then you wouldn't have finished third. You would have been the bottom feeder. And Sean wouldn't have to go last. You would be. So I'm telling you, if Jameis Winston was the starter, it was not happening under Dennis Allen. It was not. And that's the reason why y'all made the move that you did to go get another Andy Dalton.
I mean, I agree. Yeah, we agree that. I mean, Dennis wasn't. He didn't want him. Yeah, we agree with that. But I mean, the thing that us Saints fans pissed off about, like, why bring him in? Why bring him in and make it seem like he gonna be the guy for us? Just go on and do away with him. Let Andy come in, and if we want to draft for a QB or something like that, don't bring him in, making it look like he our guy. And deep down inside, you ain't formed like that. Not saying you ain't formed like you don't want him to succeed, but that's just not his guy. That's just what Dennis' guy. And the first chance he had, to pull him was that Tampa. And yes, was he hurt? Yes, he was hurt. But that injury excuse, man. I mean, that can only go so far. There's just a lot of guys that play hurt. So I mean, I ain't gonna go to the limb on the injury part, but because he could have set out. If he really wasn't, if his back was really messing with him the way he couldn't play, he could have set out. Then it could have been a totally different ball game to where Dennis couldn't be using that as an excuse, because those picks like that wouldn't have happened.
But, like, look, I'm gonna say this though, and my football coach told me this, and I went to A&T too. So shout out to all the Aggies out there.
Shout out to the Aggie.
He told me this, but this was actually my high school coach. But he told me this, and I think he got it from the program because I saw it on the program too. If you're hurt, you can play. If you're injured, you can't. It's two different things in the game of football. So if he was hurt, he could have played, and there's no excuses for the hurt. Now, if he's injured, then he got to sit on the sideline. And I know why he didn't, because he saw Andy Dalton on his heels. And he didn't want to go back to a situation with the Ryan Fitzpatrick that he had to deal with in Tampa. He saw all that happening. I'm trying to told y'all, this is what was going on. In the preseason, Jameis wasn't even, I don't even think he played except for one game because he was battling some injuries. And then he really only had one legit quarter in 3 games that looked good, and that was that fourth quarter against Sean Jay's bottom feeder team. Other than that, he played against the Bucs. He didn't look good against the Bucs. The Bucs really beat him up. Y'all want to put it on us. Tampa did most of our dirty work. We just had to come out there and hit him a couple times because they had messed him up. So he had one good quarter. I can't put this. I know y'all want to because y'all want to find an excuse and a reason why y'all weren't the New Orleans Saints as y'all have gotten used to over the last decade. But it had nothing to do with Andy Dalton. It had nothing to do with Jameis Winston. It was because Sean Payton was gone and Dennis Allen was your head coach. That's it. And you can't get past that because he's still your head coach. So what y'all about? I ain't going to go there. I'm going to say that for the Saints conversation. Woo, y'all get my blood pressure going. I'm going to say it for the Saints conversation. But we got that number 1 pick.
I got something I want to get on with you. One more topic. But before we do that, I seen we had Sean J pull up. So, we'll let Sean J give an introduction of himself right quick. Sean J, what's good with you, fam?
Hey, what's good, family, man? It's your boy Sean J, representing the Atlanta Falcons, man. The best team in the division. When we break it all down, we're gonna see that it's pretty much over with, man. But representing the Falcons, man. So what's good? What's good, everybody?
Man, anyway,
come on, man. You know what it is.
What's good, fam? What's good?
What's good? What's good?
You put that black cloud.
You can't keep getting away with it. He can't keep getting away with it. He won't.
You can't keep getting away with that. You can't keep getting away with that, man.
Hey, man.
We're gonna get to you, Sean J. I think we all can ask Mike about the trade they done, the number 1 pick. Now, obviously, a lot of centered around that. Y'all pulled up to the number 1 spot for a reason. So, I mean, is it somebody particular? I'm pretty sure it's gonna be quarterback. So, who y'all looking at? Us 3, we want y'all to shit the bed with this pick. We want y'all to mess it up. So, go ahead. What's your thoughts on that? Who y'all getting? Which player?
Your mic is muted, fool.
You said my mic muted?
Nah, Mike.
Oh.
Yeah, tapping his mic and stuff. Hopefully they mute themselves for the first overall pick and then get skipped.
Say something, Mike.
Look at that.
Say testing.
Yeah, you good.
Yeah, I think the system wanted to shut you off after they heard what you've been
Right.
saying.
They
Oh,
heard
okay.
from the last diatribe you had, all that positive spin you put on every single player in your whole off season. That's probably why I
didn't.
off.
No, I didn't.
Man, talk about the number one.
Hey, but
South now.
We good now. Hey, mute Sean Mike. This ain't his time. He last.
Go ahead and give us your little spiel, bro.
All right, y'all hear me now?
I'm about to take over this podcast.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right, I'm good. I got it up on my thing now. So, look.
You can't make it up. You can't make it up. Oh man, that was beautiful, man. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm clipping that. I'm putting that as a reel.
I guess we can wait till you get back in here. But what y'all who y'all think they about to? Who y'all think he?
From everything I talked with Mike, no matter how much I keep telling him Bryce Young is the best quarterback, I understand the size problem. He is very much the CJ Stroud, and he'll go into it more, but he wants CJ Stroud. It's not even a question. I know he knows what Bryce Young is as a quarterback. He knows what Anthony Richardson is as a quarterback. A lot of people think that the ceiling is very high for him, but you can't win with him out the bat. So, yeah, CJ is the guy, no matter what numbers or whatever take you give him, he wants CJ Stroud. He's probably going to come on here and say something else, but I promise you he wants CJ Stroud.
I'm thinking they done that. You think about it, they done it right after the combine. So I mean, they like what they seen from Richardson. I mean, that they get caught up in the track meet results and just assume I'm an Anthony Richardson guy. I mean, I was wanting the Saints before we went and got caught and all that. I wanted Richardson to fall to us, but after that combine, he definitely gonna be a top 10 pick, if not top 5.
Right. I mean, the Saints. I mean, excuse me. The Panthers really, they wanted to jump to that number one spot and then try to make their mind up, which I feel like if they haven't settled on CJ Stroud and they got Bryce Young and Anthony Richardson maybe sneaking in the picture, I think that's a lot to try to, you should be zeroed in on your guy. And everybody's saying CJ Stroud, so I'm interested to see if that's the actual pick. It could be Bryce Young, but I think the difference is in the size of the player, right? You have one that's 6'3", and then you have Bryce Young. What did he come in
5'10"?
at? 5'10", 205, I think.
Yeah, but he really won.
That was the combine, but I think a lot of people list him at like 195 or something like that.
Playing weight is different. So I think that's going to cost them the number one draft pick. If they were the same size, I think everybody go with Bryce Young. So
yeah,
he feels a little lighter.
So all right, I'm gonna give my take on it. And I heard y'all, so thank you for that. And DJ kind of did say a lot. That's true. You don't make this pick unless you're convicted on. You don't make this move, I should say, unless you're convicted on somebody already. The Carolina Panthers were very convicted on somebody already and felt like, oh, yeah, let's make this move and go get them. Now, with that being said, why rush it? You got the opportunity with all these pro days. You get to meet them. You get to let them come to your facility. You got the number one pick. Play the game. Play it out. Do your due diligence. We had 14 people out there today. 14 at his pro day. Our owner and his wife, our GM, our money man, and shout out to our money man for getting these deals done in spectacular fashion. Y'all need a money man out there in New Orleans, but we're going to talk about that later.
Are you serious right now?
Man, yeah, we gonna talk about that later.
Yeah, we definitely gonna
we'll talk about that. So, but you don't go up unless you got conviction. And the reason why I'm leaning towards this guy is, like I said, I play a little football and I played receiver. And when I see the ball come out of this guy's hand, man, it's such a beautiful ball with that has zip to it, but yet such a catchable ball. And so he puts it in a placement where you can make all kind of plays. And Sean J was picking at me earlier and right before the season was over, and I kept mocking and kept saying CJ Stroud, we about to get CJ Stroud. And I'm telling you, I've been saying it for a while that I felt like CJ Stroud was going to be the Carolina Panthers quarterback. And here it is as a reality that CJ Stroud is going to be more than likely the Carolina Panthers quarterback. I mean, when I watched my quarterback coach, and shout out to him, man, having a brain fart right now.
Josh McCown.
Yeah, Josh McCown. When I watched him break down CJ Stroud, you know what his comparison was? Joe Burrow. He compared him to Mr. Cool Joe Burrow, Joe Shiesty. And so if I want a quarterback in the future, I want him to be as close to two people that are two of my favorite right now in the NFL. And that's Patrick Mahomes boy and Joe Shiesty. Those two right now are my guys in the NFL as far as quarterbacks. I hear all the Josh Allen, all that talk. Ain't no Josh Allen. No, he can't get it done in the big games. So CJ Stroud is a guy that's very traditional that a lot of people are kind of looking at like, I don't know, because he doesn't do a lot of moving outside of the pocket. The quarterback position is supposed to be played in the pocket. Now, you can escape and do all that type of stuff. We saw him do that against Georgia, so he has that escapability and that ability to do that. But when you got Frank Wright, a quarterback coach, a former quarterback that played in this league many years. You got Josh McCown, a quarterback coach that played in this league many, many years. And you got Jim Caldwell, who has been known to be a great offensive mind and a guy that works excellent with quarterbacks. It don't matter. It don't damn matter. It don't matter if we get Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, if we get daggone Anthony Richardson. It ain't gonna matter. We're gonna get top tier coaching, and that's something at that position that we got more than anybody on this panel. And yes, I'm throwing darts, but yeah, if I gotta choose, I believe it's CJ Stroud because he got the size, and Frank Wright likes the size. Look at Carson Wentz, look at Matt Ryan, look at Phillip Rivers, look at Jacoby Brissett, look at his history. CJ Stroud, and plus Josh McCown already said, man, when you come to Charlotte, we're gonna find you a place to live, and we're gonna play horse.
Was y'all looking at the Will guy, the guy out of Kentucky? Will
we better not be. We better not be.
You sure y'all ain't
I hope so.
Like that?
No, we ain't looking at no Will.
Good pick, man.
I hope so.
No. You know what? I really believe Will Levis is probably fifth on our chart as far as quarterbacks.
I thought I seen something, and I'm up this way, man. I seen something talking about they was on the Panthers list, his name.
Yeah, that was at 9. So it's a difference when you're at 9 and you're at 1. When you're at 9, you got to settle for either Anthony Richardson or possibly A-Rod may not even get there, but possibly Anthony Richardson and Will Levis. Other than that, it was Hayden Hooker. That's a little early pick right now at 9, even though I like him, Hendon Hooker. But Will Levis is out of the picture. You don't move up the first to get Will Levis. Now, if they do that, I'm gonna come on here and eat all kind of crow. I don't know. I ain't burning my hat, man. I'm too cheap. But I'm gonna do something to some Panther stuff. I promise you that, because I'm gonna be pissed.
All right, so that's all right. If that's it for you, then you know who next.
Doodle that. Come on.
Doodle that. We the chefs of the division. We the chefs of the division. We sit here chefing y'all people.
Hot dogs and wings.
Chef the Falcons,
beans.
They taking everybody. It started with the Panthers. We chef them. I play good. Now we chefing them. Andy Dalton, Shy Tuttle. Come on, man. Y'all know what time it is. We taking this back, man. Y'all already know The Bucks definitely. I mean, all jokes aside, DJ know that Baker Mayfield ain't about to lead, the boys out this division. He ain't about to lead them truth. And I forgot to ask you about Mike Evans anyway. I mean, is he gonna be there, Mike Evans?
He ain't going nowhere. He's not going
I
nowhere.
thought so. I seen
I
something
mean,
about
Twitter is a
stuff like
space
that.
of like a lot of fairy and fairy dust and all kinds of stuff. No, I mean, they ain't going nowhere. They ain't going nowhere.
Well, first off, I was going to address this anyway, but I seen Mike brought it up. He talking about the Saints need to learn something about some money. Do you know where we started at in our cap space?
Absolutely.
At the beginning, we started at negative 47.1 mil. Oh, over the cap. I was about to say under 47.1 million over the cap. You know where we at now? 10 million under the cap. 10.1 mil under the cap. We easily got the best GM in the business. He know how to make things shape. You got Nick Wright going on national media talking about we finessing this and that. We running some type of Ponzi scheme. Man, they hating. My man know what he doing when it come to them numbers and stuff. My man a wizard, man. Shout out to Mickey Loomis. He a wizard. He know what he doing in that area. And there's some other things we got to talk about, but he got the numbers down so we can make some moves. So we're gonna start off with that. Once he got the numbers working, got us in good position the way he could make moves, we bring in what's going to be the best quarterback in the division, Derek Carr. Derek Carr is going to be the best QB in the division. I will say this, I'm gonna just be honest. I don't know, how the Panthers quarterback. I'm assuming it's gonna be Bryce Young. I don't know how Bryce Young gonna fare out, but as of today, Derek Carr is the best QB in the division. I can't say that Derek Carr is gonna be better than Bryce Young. We don't know yet. We all know what Derek Carr. I'm gonna be honest with you. When we saw Derek Carr, was I hopping and running around circles, hopping around? No, I wouldn't, because I've seen some great things, and to be honest, I didn't watch a lot of, the Reddit, because they really wasn't in the discussion like that. Honestly, when Gruden got there, that's when I started paying a little bit more attention. From Gruden up until now, I started paying a little bit more attention. But I'm not sitting here jumping around and doodles and saying we got an elite. He's above average. I mean, he's at least above average quarterback. Anybody saying he's average or below, they just talking. But yeah, he an above average quarterback. What he's gonna do for us, he's gonna give us better production than Andy Dalton. So we're gonna get better production than Andy Dalton. Not saying Andy Dalton's production was bad, it just wasn't enough. With just average production the majority of the way. Derek Carr's gonna give us more than that. And you see this shirt I got on, he's gonna have this guy in the backfield. AK, free AK. Just seen some news earlier where it's a twist and turn, it's impossible twist and turn in this case. Once they start seeing some more footage, they talking about like my man just stomped bro out. It was some things behind that. Sam bro was being disrespectful to a female, and that's how that kind of kicked off. And video footage, it was showing a little bit of it, but that's how things got started. Bro was disrespecting the female, and then that's how that turned out. So AK might be playing all 17, so that's scary for the division. He gonna have that guy behind him. He gonna be able to check the ball down. Derek Carr out there in Oakland, he was the guy. He was the guy out there until when Darren Waller started getting traction. Darren Waller, legit tight end, and then just last season, Devontae Adams. Now I do got questions about last season. I know Devontae Adams was hurt a little bit. Darren Waller was hurt a little bit. He had Josh Jacobs in the back. All of them was kind of hurt a little bit. They ain't really get to play together a lot. But when they did, he really wasn't making nothing shake. So I got my questions about that. I'm just being honest, but I do believe that Derek Carr is going to get right with us, and gonna lead us. To have a Mike Thomas and not even DA, but the players, we had players reaching out to him, calling them, wanting them down here. So it wasn't just like a Dennis Allen. Dennis Allen drafted the guy, but it was players wanting them down there. And then when we got the guy in, Mike Thomas tweeting, "Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus," that he got him a quarterback. So I think Derek Carr gonna be good for us. I think he gonna definitely provide enough. He not gonna have to do too much. We brought back Mike Thomas. If Mike Thomas can stay healthy, that's our possession receiver. Chris Olave, he's still developing. Hopefully, he can develop into a possession receiver type of guy. If he can do that, you're gonna have the possession part plus being able to stretch the field. That's gonna be crazy. But I'm seeing more of a one-dimensional guy right now. He a baby, young. He about 165. Hopefully he don't stay that way. Hopefully, he gets stronger and stuff. But regardless, we got that safe blanket and Mike Thomas. He stay healthy. Shaheed, he's up and developing. I'm not gonna just crown him that he like that. Yeah, he had a great rookie season. Undrafted guy, stepped up for us. If that continues, we're gonna have two guys that can easily stretch the field with Mike coming underneath as a possession receiver. We're gonna have Taysom doing this dizzle offensively. Jawan Johnson is another big body, safe blanket guy, gonna step in. And then we go to the backfield. We're gonna have AK, like I said, free AK. He giving us all 17. Then we signed Jamal Williams. Jamal Williams led the league in rushing touchdowns with 17,000-yard rusher. So just say if AK do miss some games, we're gonna have Jamal Williams. We ain't gonna be ass in the backfield. We gonna be solid until the big boy get back. So we got a 1-2 punch back there. It's no excuse for Derek Carr, to screw this up or he unable to not do enough. He gonna have pieces around him to be able to do enough. So what y'all got? Y'all sitting there quiet? I
gave the church one. I gave the church finger.
Real fast.
I got the church fingers. I'm gonna go real quick. Wait a minute. You mean to tell me this man had Darren Waller, Devontae Adams, Josh Jacobs, all this other stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he had it for years. Other receivers on it. He had Amari Cooper at the time. He ain't had no
Devontae for years, though.
But still, y'all don't have a Devontae. And we keep talking about Michael Thomas. Do we want to put a bet on this? Michael Thomas ain't played.
Michael Thomas is a Devontae.
I got a 7-year-old. Michael Thomas ain't played since he was in the womb. Come on, y'all. Miss me with that, man. Michael Thomas ain't been on that football field. But anyway, hopefully, I'm not wishing injury on him.
If he healthy, that's what I said. If he healthy.
All I'm going to say is this. I don't know if he's the same guy, but Derek Carr, all he is a younger, less winning Andy Dalton. That's what he is. And yet y'all sitting over here bitching and complaining, talking trash about Andy Dalton, but yet you got a younger, less winning effective Andy Dalton. That's what you got. The same guy that got Dennis Allen fired and ran up out of Raiders, you bring back so he could do the same thing to him in New Orleans.
He was a baby. That was more on DA. DA got his own self out of Oakland. Derek Carr was a pup. That was the fourth game of his career.
So Saint fans ain't calling for Denise Allen's head.
Denise. We was calling for his head. We was calling for it. 10
Come
times
on back, buddy.
Them out. I mean, but at some point, if the GM clearly said he coming back, I'm not gonna waste my time saying I want DA gone. We gotta roll with him. He gonna be on the sideline, so might as well give him another chance. I'm not gonna say I want him gone. And the man, we clearly see that the man ain't going nowhere. Who that nation was wanting him out?
From somebody that had talent on their football team, but a suck of a coach and lack of coaching. I'm gonna give you fair warning. It ain't gonna play out the way you think it's gonna play out. Now I'm gonna get a floor to everybody else, and that's all y'all in the chat too. It ain't gonna play out the way you think it's gonna play out because coaching is extremely important. Extremely important. And I don't know if it's there.
Hey, and quick question. I know we off the Panthers. Since coaching is important, didn't the Panthers coach just get fired for being bad at coaching?
No.
How many wins have Josh McCown actually been a part of as a QB coach?
No. You said my head coach. Which one do you want? You asked me 5
No.
questions in one damn sentence.
This is twofold. This is a
okay.
part.
All right. So no, Frank Wright got fired because they needed a top 5 draft pick and he wasn't going to lose out. And they knew if they can get Jeff Saturday out there, he was going to lose.
And his
right. The man was 3-5-1. He was 3-5-1 when he got fired. He has the only winning record as a head coach in this division right now. The only one. So you asked the question, I'm gonna give you the answer. Now you don't like that.
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying
only head coach with a winning overall record in this division.
Oh, well.
No, I'm just saying, like, if we look at the coaches who all coached last season, which all 4 of our coaches coached last season, your coach was the worst coach.
No. What are you talking about?
He was worse than Dennis Allen. He was worse than Todd Bowles. He was worse than Arthur Smith the last time we saw him on the sideline. But now great coach. But
he didn't get to finish.
I mean, it's just coaching matters, though. I'm just trying to point out.
It does, Sean. It does matter. And you know it matters.
The worst coach in the division. The last time we saw him.
Who has the worst coach?
You.
Man, you tripping. You know good and hell well we ain't got the worst coach anyway. Go on to CB, man. It's his time. Give him his time back. You just be wanting to fire shots at me because you know we the competition right here. We gonna get on your ass next segment.
No. I just had a question about coaching because we're talking about Dennis Allen. So I just wanted to kind of shuffle things to see where the coaching kind of shakes out. On what you thought about your coaching in relation to
I love my coaching.
Was he hollering for Mike Rule to get fired when y'all was on y'all's pod? Was he yelling get Mike? I mean,
he was. Yeah, but a couple games.
And why was that? Was it due to coach? What was your agenda behind wanting them out? Was it because he
made piss poor decisions? It was coaching. We knew
well, that's part of it, right?
Because he was a bad coach. Now, if we're talking about Rule, we had the worst coach in the division. Well, I can't even say that because his record is better than Dennis Allen's. But look, and that, you can say what you want to say. His overall record is better than Dennis Allen's. But
he got more games in it than DA though.
Hey, all I can go off is
recently.
All I can go off is his what he's done as a head coach. We ain't talking about defensive coordinator. We talking about as a head coach. Now, did I want Matt Rule gone? Absolutely, I wanted Matt Rule gone because it was early in the season. I wanted him gone, and it was actually after that first game because we should have ran the dang football. And you got Christian McCaffrey, Deontay Foreman, Chuba Hubbard out there. And you don't run them? Nah, that's crazy. And you got Baker at your quarterback, and you just want to throw the ball like crazy. So yeah, I wanted him gone. He makes piss poor decisions. And y'all delusional as heck, boy. Anyway, we going. All right, y'all asked me the question. Why y'all put it back on me? Is the Carolina Panthers show? Is it because I got the number 1 pick? Sean, that's what it is. He asked you a question. He done said all this soliloquy, and you come right back at me because you still stuck on my last soliloquy because you ain't have a chance to reboot.
No, I'm just trying to understand what has this Panther staff and players done for you to be so.
They got rings, Sean.
The feeling of being the top dog right now.
They got. I never said we were the top dog.
Everything's perfect. Everything's glowing and shining over there. So I'm just confused when I put a magnifying glass to it. It's still hard for me to see.
Well, Jamal Williams, right? The guy that they just got. He had his best season with who? My running back coach. Deuce Staley. Deuce Staley. What I'm saying is we got rings around here, Sean. We got rings at my head coach. I got rings with Jim Caldwell. They all came under Tony Dungy.
Every coaching staff got
right. Dean Pease had rings where he was still the defensive coordinator, one of the worst defenses of all time.
Wait a minute. Did Dennis Allen have rings?
No, I'm saying like every
Coaching staff,
coach,
like
whoever it is on a staff of any team in the NFL, you probably got one or two that's done got a ring at some point.
We ain't
in
talking
their
about
career.
one or two. We said rings. I just gave Deuce Staley got rings. My offensive coordinator was the offensive coordinator for
you
the
got
Rams. He
rings
got
with who?
rings.
Man, we're gonna keep it. We can get
No,
it.
don't get this. You don't want to keep it now. You asked me the question. You open up Pandora's box. Now, can we get back? Or you want to get back on CB now?
I can't see it with a magnifying glass, big dog.
All I'm saying is when you look at Frank Wright, and I don't know what you mean. He's the only coach in the NFC South that has a winning record as a head coach.
I mean, the last time he was on the block, they stripped play calling away from him and fired him. He lasted 3 games longer than Matt Rule. So where am I just supposed to? You're supposed to meet people where they're at. So I'm meeting him where he's at. And right now he is a former fired play calling stripped of coach who needs to prove himself.
No one's saying that he doesn't have to. All I'm saying is that you can't say the Atlanta Falcons, as your Arthur Smith first-year head coach, has had a winning season in his coaching career. He has not. I'm not talking about overall record. I'm talking about as not. This man is 7-10, 7-10, 7-10 at best.
Right. You got to look at
I'm supposed to expect that this year y'all the number one team. He ain't showed anything different than 7-10, Sean.
Right. He got a job with Andrew Luck, and he hasn't had any luck since.
That's bullcrap. He been to the playoffs multiple times and had double-digit wins, Sean.
He went with Phillip Rivers and was up out of there. He had, come on, man. We're not gonna get into it. It's not a Frank Wright debate, man.
Well, you the one brought it up. You brought it up. So if you ask the question,
you brought up.
If you don't like my answer, then that's what it is. I can't help your man ain't got no winning record. I can't help it. He ain't won yet.
Let me read this comment right quick. Shout out to TJ from State of the Saints.
I was waiting for you to bring that up because I was definitely gonna bring that up. Go ahead.
DJ, I got a flashlight he could use when it's down in that basement.
I don't need one. We ain't never gonna be there, but I still got one. You ain't gotta worry. You ain't gotta worry about it. I don't need no batteries or nothing.
Man, I think everybody on here know y'all going to the basement this year.
Yeah, everybody.
That leadership that Tom brought.
Swear up and down.
That leadership, all that. Like I said, man, y'all just need to build him a statue. Show your appreciation for him. He need that statue, man.
I said the same
Payton
thing.
And Drew Brees.
Hey.
I got both of them in the front of.
Oh, it better be there. It better. I don't know when that goes on, but it better be there.
Wait a minute. Ain't this the New Orleans Saints channel? Why y'all coming for me? Ain't nobody said one word but me to CB on his soliloquy.
Because what I just
spit out. You said
that few 2 minutes that I just kicked out. It's they know what they already know. It's all the way and it's facts. What I just spit out is facts, so it's kind of quiet.
I see.
You spit out facts about what?
Quiet, man.
I get so funny, but I'll say this about y'all right now. I gave y'all the same talk. I gave you Saint fans the same talk. You and your two buddies, I'm sorry, I forget their names, been a year now. I gave y'all the same talk. TJ in the chat posting videos talking about Michael Thomas being back and stuff like that. Y'all had y'all a little fun with one game of catching touchdowns and now he's hurt again. Oh, go figure. I would say about Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas finessed the ish out of y'all. I ain't never seen a player get $40-50 million for 600 yards in 3 years. I'm just gonna say that guy that's Kenny Galladay type stuff. Like he finessed y'all. He's like, oh yeah, I'll restructure for 1 year. Prove it at this point. I already made money off y'all, and yes, thank you Lord, I get another year at 10 mil. So whatever.
You know what I'm saying? How is he finessing if the man can't play?
Man, that's what they tell you.
He was a shell of himself.
They had the whole thing about, what is that? Jameis Winston and him being hurt. He went out there and played, right?
I'm not making no excuse. He went
out there and played.
I put it on Jameis because if Jameis gonna go out there
I'm just using as an example.
No, if Jameis gonna go out there and play, I can't.
Michael Thomas out there and play.
I'm not using the injury excuse.
Michael Thomas out there and play.
He shouldn't have went out there.
I think he made like $40 million in 3 years.
But
600
Mike,
yards.
whenever
3
Mike was
touchdowns.
on the field, whenever he was fighting through his injury, it was a few games where he fought through the injury. I think it was Drew's last season. He was trying to fight for Drew. He even said it. Every time that man on the field,
he want a young Drew Brees back. That's what he need back.
No,
Well,
get that with Derek Carr.
If you understand why he put the praying hands, and that's why I don't understand people in the chat and y'all, some of y'all on here, he was so ecstatic that he ain't got to play with Jameis Winston. He said, I ain't got to deal with Jameis. Thank you, Lord. You gave me Derek Carr. But no, nobody wants to look at it that way because they don't want to put Jameis under the damn bus.
No, I can see it that way. I'm not sitting here saying that Jameis was like you ain't heard me say that Jameis was about to be this and that. I'm just saying we didn't roll with the guy that was supposed to be the guy rolling out. If he got hurt, put him back here. I mean, this was the man that was supposed to be our guy the 2023 season. If the man hurt, why not throw him back in? Not try to have us believing he the guy, finessed us all season, and just wait until a moment where Jameis, screw up. Now you want to throw Andy in there, and behind the scenes you lying and stuff like that. I think Jameis came back to us because the market ain't looking good right now. That's the only reason. But
Jameis was never a free agent though.
Huh?
Y'all never let Jameis be a free agent. I'm not here to
defend
Jameis, that's just facts. He was never a free agent.
Jameis,
he can't talk to other teams while he's on a contract. That's illegal. But I'm just saying,
Jameis, we gave Jameis a ultimatum to take a pay cut salary.
No, y'all would have had to cut. Y'all would have had to either cut Jameis. Jameis had to make a decision before he actually went to free agency. And he didn't touch free agency.
He didn't want to touch it though.
Look it up. I don't need to be the one. He ain't never touched free agency.
He had to come back, or if he didn't want to come back, they was gonna cut him. So I'm saying he made the decision to come back because he probably felt like the market ain't like that right now.
That's what you assume.
It's kind of heavy. Why would Jameis come back?
Right.
Jameis is an interesting cat. I don't care why he came back because like I said, that ain't my problem.
I don't get it either, but
he's an interesting cat. I mean,
because Dennis Allen saved him. Y'all over here in this fantasy stuff. Dennis Allen saved that man from himself. Y'all don't believe what I'm saying. He saved him from himself because that season was about to be terrible.
If he was hurt, then I mean, he stepped in and saved him because Jameis
was IR
out there
moved on
with his back messed up.
Any other player goes on IR when they hurt or injured, excuse me.
But what else?
I think Dennis Allen still pulling.
I mean,
Oakland Raider tricks. I think he's still pulling Oakland Raider tricks. I hope he is.
As far as the season, the outlook, y'all can't really say nothing.
Tricks.
No, they don't. They ain't got
really
nothing
can't
to say
nothing on this season outlook. I mean, we just talked about Jameis for 5 minutes. We know what it is.
You talked about Jamal Williams.
Look,
Jamal Williams is a good pickup. Derek Carr, y'all not gonna sit here and try to sell Derek Carr to me. So I'm not looking at the Saints like, oh, Derek Carr. We in trouble now. I ain't doing that.
I just told you that I'm not sure what they're gonna bring.
I do know your entire Mike and Sean. Let's talk about what just happened, right?
Derek Carr is going to produce.
They let go of their whole defensive line. Is that reminiscent of what they did last year to their secondary? And they thought, oh, they're just gonna fall in line, and everything gonna be fine. Y'all did the same thing with Malcolm Jenkins and Marcus Williams. We don't need y'all. We could do something without it. Y'all struggled early. Y'all got rid of Shy Tuttle, Oyamada, who's been a stud in that middle for a long time.
We got rid of two defensive linemen. We got rid of two defensive linemen, and the third defensive lineman.
But don't forget about you let go of your best pass rusher a couple of years ago, which y'all act like, the salary cap ain't real. If he was real, y'all would have re-signed him because he was by far your best pass rusher, and he's still up in there in Cincinnati going to Super Bowls.
Oh yeah,
we're winning Super Bowls and stuff like that.
No,
that's your front office.
That's your front office. We didn't re-sign Trey because they believed in Davenport.
No, you couldn't. See, that's the thing that y'all not understanding.
I'm saying at that time, they chose Davenport over Trey. They chose Davenport over Trey. That's what happened with that. That's why we didn't bring them back.
Like Boo Boo the Fool to you, goddamn.
Y'all are $100 million down there over the cap. And the cap is going up next year.
Y'all paying Cam Jordan until I'm goddamn 40.
Wait, Mike,
Yes.
what is Mike? What are you talking about?
Yes, that's the reason you're
I'm saying,
finagling.
today we
See,
10
see,
million
y'all
under the
move like
cap.
the United States. It's just all about debt. Y'all don't try to get ahead of debt. Y'all move like I should start calling y'all America's team.
Oh my!
Do you know your salary cap for next year? Do you know your salary cap for next year?
It's
No,
in
he's
hell.
saying they're just gonna repeat the process of
We're
restructuring.
just going. We're going to repeat.
And
We're
then they're
going to
gonna
get
let
under
go
the
players
cap.
that they know they
We're
can't
still gonna
resign.
move
And be
from
like,
what
oh,
we
we had a
doing.
better player for him.
I know, man.
Continue
Terry
playing that same thing.
Fun to know he done, he learned from Mickey Loomis, so that's why we doing our thing, So hey, man, Mickey
And
Loomis.
TJ, if you want to get in, you can just send in the comments, man. I'll put the link in there so you can come in here. Shout out to TJ.
Know.
You need to come and get Mike, man.
Answer my
Shout out to
question though.
TJ, man.
You wanted the heat. You wanted the heat. Do you
No,
know
I'm saying
what
it
the
ain't no
current
heat.
salary
Look,
cap is for
it's
next
no
year?
heat.
You are 4 teams, only 4 teams in the NFL right now with a negative salary cap, and do you know what that number is?
We're not negative. Dude, today we are 10.1 mil under the
Can we
cap.
do a pause? You got some elevator music. I want you to go
10.1
check your salary cap right now.
No, they
I'm
live
not
for the
checking no
day.
salary
He right.
cap. No, come on. Somebody get the phone.
No, for this
and
year,
say,
yes,
what's the
because
thing?
you kicked the can a little further down the road. We'll just figure it out next year. And
We got to sign our draft picks and all that that's about to come up. So if we over the cap like that, how we gonna sign them? How is that 10.1 mil just a number?
You not. Y'all got more money than the
10.1 mil under the cap.
Y'all got more money than the Bucks right now at this point. You got more money than the Bucks. You got 10 million. I think the Bucks don't even have $1 million.
You continue to defer. There's a lot of people deferring
We
their student loan debt.
We
they
were
gonna
47.1 mil to start out, and we done. That's why I said, man, we got a wizard that just know how to finesse it. Y'all GM need to take notes, man. Y'all can't finesse like we finesse. And we got money to blow right now.
Things to do.
we got 10 mil, but we gotta get our draft picks in. Gotta play it smart. But we still got some cash now. We not broke.
If I divert my mortgage, I'll be paying more money in the future.
They gonna rob Peter to pay Paul every year.
Yep.
And they gonna pay that luxury.
They're gonna do it, shit. As long as they can.
TJ said the Saints couldn't sign Henderson because the salary cap went down due to COVID. If COVID didn't happen, they would have been able to sign some of those players back.
But again, playing the game that you're playing puts you up against that. So yes, TJ's right. I'm not saying you're wrong with that. But you play the game you play with fire, you get burned, and that's exactly what happened.
But I'm saying we had a fallback option as well.
Like
with Davenport. I'm saying at some point we traded up to go get Davenport. At some point they was gonna let him off the leash. And he disappointed us, man.
Y'all let him off the leash.
He gave us flashes. He disappointed
off the roster.
He been a disappointment to me.
Half a set. I mean,
so y'all gonna do the same thing with Payton Turner?
If anything, we gotta show up.
Your third string Payton Turner, you gonna start him?
We gotta have a consistent defensive end, whether we go draft a guy or whether somebody gonna step up. I think we need to go draft
pick on your third string.
You say what?
Payton Turner
overall pick as your third string.
That's because he in and out the lineup. He hurt. He in and out. So I can't roll with him right now. He on that rotation. He on that rotation right now. He on the rotation list.
I do like. I think his name might be Granderson or something like that. He's a pass rush. Grant, I do like him. In the minutes that he played and in the games he played, he was productive, man. So you give him a full season, let's see what he does. So I do like him.
If it's any positions that I'm concerned about, it's the 2 defensive tackle spots and the defensive end spot. I don't know if he gonna finally get it together. Payton Turner, is he gonna finally get it together? Get us some health. He done showed us flashes that he can eat. When he healthy, if he stay healthy, eat. The defensive tackles, we signed 2 guys. I don't know. I know Kayla Saunders from Kansas City. He wasn't a starter out there, so I just can't say that he about to come in and woo. Nathan Shepard, he had the best season of his career. Both of them had career best this past season, but Nathan Shepard was definitely out there playing. So I mean, I don't know what to expect from those guys. I'm just not gonna say they coming in and doing this because they ain't that type of player that they coming in and making an impact. Derek Carr gonna come in and make a better impact than we had. Now whether that's elite or not, I'm not gonna go to that extent. Like I don't
above average.
I don't know
average
what
ass quarterback.
Derek Carr is going to do as far as getting up there in top 10 category. I can't do that.
I'm disappointed in my co-host, but it's all good. Well, I mean, we can move. I mean, it's up to you. It's your show, but it seemed like I'm disappointed. They ain't bring no energy to you, the CB. They ain't come. Sean came at me.
You and Sean been waiting for that energy.
Because they know
I already asked the D-line. I didn't get
when
the
it
finish.
comes to the New Orleans
How are you
Saints,
comfortable? I'm asking the question,
man.
right?
That's what it looked like. That's
So
what it looked like.
you want us to create or make issues with?
I mean, that's basically what it sounds like.
I made issues.
Right?
Mike,
No.
Mike tried to come up with something.
He's being straight up about his team. His quarterback, Derek Carr, is
average quarterback.
He's above average.
Here we go. Mike done gave him
an average quarterback.
Mike done gave him some juice now.
He's an average quarterback.
I can't let you get off that easy, man.
I keep on saying it, but it gets blown over. He's an average quarterback. That's it. He just
your time up. We talking about him from Sean.
No, man. No, go DJ.
He is. He's one of the oldest quarterbacks with one of the worst records in the league right now.
I think Derek's okay.
Average. What's wrong? Average, right?
I mean, when Derek,
you hope he can be above average. He's not above average.
He's slightly above.
If he's above average, he would have more than 2 winning seasons in 9 years. He's not above average. Stop trying to give this man a crown because his brothers are in the media trying to save his life and talk about him and try to give him a pass with certain things. The man has 2 winning seasons. Any other quarterback in the NFL, if they only have 2 winning seasons out of almost a decade, they're getting killed. Derek Carr, that's okay for him. He plays good defense. Even though he had an all-pro running back, an all-pro wide receiver, everybody else will get killed. He's falling off the roof. What you say about Russell Wilson? 10 years in the league, 10-digit wins. It don't matter. He had a bad season. He had 2. That man's falling off the cliff. That's it for him.
That was one season that he had the all-pro running back receiver.
That was this year that he got benched.
The players don't feel that way.
You need more than 1 year to show.
He's a good guy.
They regressed. Derek Carr regressed this year with his supposedly best set of weapons. He did have injuries with Waller. You said coach?
Go ahead. Yeah, coaching too. Okay. I think coaching is important. But go ahead.
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor had a down year too. I wonder who his coach was.
See, Sean just want to keep coming.
No, I'm just saying Jonathan Taylor. He was supposed to be good, but he wasn't good. I don't know who was calling the plays for him.
He was hurt. He didn't play.
Boom.
Continue.
Okay, my bad.
He was injured.
I'm just saying, just spin the mirror around on you real quick. No, my bad. I apologize. But no.
You can tell who his competition is up here because he ain't coming from nobody with me.
No, man, but with Derek Carr, man, he is the best quarterback in the division at this point in time. But he is a quarterback that does not scare the other team when he gets off the bus. You want to make sure that he makes it to the game because he may give you the ball and he may cry in the post game pressure afterwards, and he loves the Lord. So he's a white male, so he's gonna be liked. He's like Jim.
Keep that up.
But I don't think he really scares any players in the league. He's a crybaby, man. He's a crybaby. So that's why we're not bringing that much heat to CB because
I'm happy he's happy.
Got a little teddy bear squad now, man. They're running on fumes. A lot of their players, like you said, they put kicking the can. A lot of their players are going to be out of there in the next year or two. Cam Jordan, Michael Thomas is on a 1-year.
Mario Davis.
DeMario Davis. Hey, man, it's over with. You know, they're talking about give Dennis Allen another chance now, but 4 games in, they're going to say fire him. So, man, I am okay with the Saints. I got no beef with them. They swept us last year, but I know, you know, we climbing up the ladder. We're going to have to see them on the way down, and it's going to be a different conversation.
If we do it up in that basement, we're going to have that flashlight holding it for y'all next year.
Yeah.
All right, man. But I see Mike had to get some stuff out of y'all, man. So I mean, y'all ain't hungry with that. But
I didn't get to finish.
We can go on to Sean J, man.
Yeah, how he moved that. He didn't want to talk about Payton Turner never finishing the season. He didn't want to talk about
I'm disappointed. I'm pissed off at him because it's a repeat of what we got from Davenport. This is basically like twins. Came in, few games rookie season, dominant potential. Especially that Panthers game. The Panthers game, he definitely showed his potential that game. When they was up in Charlotte, he showed potential that game. Then he got hurt. Then he come back, show some potential, back hurt. Same repeat this second year. It's the same BS that we've been seeing from Davenport. So no, I don't like how this is heading with Payton Turner. So I'm not gonna put Payton Turner in my starting lineup. I still think they need to look at defensive end. They got to look at it. D tackle and defensive end. I think those are the 2 positions that we need to look at with the 29th pick. I don't think it need to be nothing else. D tackle or DN, because we got Cam Jordan on the other side. We don't know when that breaking point coming. I mean, that's just all honesty. We don't know right now.
Mario too.
Yeah, the Mario.
He's gonna be 35 before the season, ain't he?
Right, but we got a young buck beside him.
He ain't finished the season yet.
Yeah, he got to stay healthy, but we got somebody out there he can play when he out there.
What? I mean,
no, I'm saying like we got some. I'm saying
y'all went all in on this 1 year, and I hope it works for y'all.
Line, we don't have nobody young that's considered a starter. We don't have no starter on the defensive line that's young. No. You know, at linebacker, we got a young linebacker.
DeMarco Jackson, I already know your old roster. Like he's hurt too.
Their back seven is good.
When DeMario leave, we know who our next linebacker is.
No, you don't.
Yeah,
we know who that young linebacker is. If he can stay healthy on the defense,
it's okay.
line,
you don't know.
Retire tomorrow. We don't know who's gonna be that guy. So I mean, that's what I'm saying with that.
You don't know.
Yeah, but Pete wanted that guy. That he gonna be that. He just got to stay healthy. This season he gonna stay healthy. He been more healthier than Payton Turner. That's a fact. But we can go on the Sean J squad, man. The Atlanta Field Clowns, man. They definitely the experts at getting our guys. A few seasons back, they got Kyle Harley from us, you know, trying to learn how to draft like us, how to maneuver in free agency. Now, you know, they trying to get our defensive coordinator. Now, you know, he bringing guys over, Onyemata, Caden Ellis. They just bringing guys over, man. So, Sean, how I feel us being big brother. How I feel.
Hey, man, you know, you got one of those big brothers who's a cornball, you know, I got no swag, you know what not to do, you know, so that's what we're doing now. We are in the stage of actually building the best team in the division. We are, you know, we have the money, we have the funds, right? We have a rookie quarterback, a second-year quarterback who is, I think, his potential can be Derek Carr. I'm not a big Desmond Ridder fan, but I think he can play to the level of Derek Carr this year and surpass him as the best quarterback in the division. Defensively, we've started to focus on the defensive line. Lorenzo Carter signed him back. David Onyemata signed him, pulled him over. we pull guys, Payton Ellis, who's a linebacker that also blitzes, 7 sacks on the year.
They know him.
Yeah. They know him. They know him. Guys that they really needed to fill out their defense. So we was able to poach guys and put them on contracts to where we're still going to be 80 to 100 million under the cap going into next year. So man, what we're doing is we're building a monster, right in y'all front yards. So the quarterback, I think we got the best quarterback potentially by the end of the season.
You can't keep getting away with it. He can't keep getting away with it. He won't.
Yo,
Come on, Sean.
It's about to be. It's really about to be. Easy money this year with the division, but I understand right now everybody feel like their team is building something that but when we really look at it with a magnifying glass, Mike, when we really look at the moves and we really look at the people that are in positions, the Falcons have gotten better. We have one of the top safeties in the league, Jesse Bates, who is a turnover machine, side to side, center fielder. You put it up there. Derek Carr, he loves to give it away. Andy Dalton, who's going to start the season for the Saints. For the Panthers, excuse me. He just flipped from the Saints. Andy Dalton, who will be the week 1 starter down there in Carolina. Please don't face us, because he's going to give up some things. And Kyle Trask, we are really not scared of any quarterback in this division. Our defense is getting better and better. We've addressed the defensive line, we've addressed the linebacker, and we've addressed safety.
Oh, you definitely did. Yeah.
Also Taylor Heinicke, man. Do not sleep on Taylor Heinicke, who is the 3rd best quarterback in this division. I think he can potentially play at a Derek Carr level. We have interchangeable quarterbacks to where our backup is just as good as any starter in this division. Taylor Heinicke went 5-1 during the stretch last year and beat the Philadelphia Eagles on the road. So put some respect on my man's name, because I know you saw him. Mike, you know what he's about.
I know. My brother played college football with him at ODU, so I know Tyler, and he played for the Carolina Panthers. We picked him up first. So, hey, I'm glad he's back home. Yeah.
So what we doing. Quarterback, we've addressed the quarterback room. We got the best running back in the division. Dismiss what Mike said about Miles Sanders being a viable replacement for Christian McCaffrey. That was BS, guys. Miles Sanders, they done away with him because it's over with. That's what they do. They, after that first contract, they ship him off to the pasture, and that pasture just happened to be Carolina. But we got Tyler Algier, man, who's the best running back in this division. No disrespect to Alvin Kamara, but I think he's on the decline as well. We're starting to see that. Jamal Williams, great guy, but they sent them off to the pasture. They chose DeAndre Swift over him, who they feel like is a future player. And as we go into the future, your guy is, not going to be doing the same things. And like Mike said, he lost a coach that had rings, right? The only reason why Jamal Williams was good because of Deuce Staley, according to Mike. So, hey, man, when you look at it, receiving core, Jonnu Smith added to the receiving core at tight end, Kyle Pitts, Drake London. I think we have the best receiving core, young receiving core in the division, right? Mike Evans, I see you. Chris Godwin, you're not the same. Mike Evans, you're getting old. We have to look at the Falcons as having the best young receiving core in the division, man. So when you start to check off
you said that. Come on, man.
When you start to check off the boxes, you can see all pro potential in the secondary, right? With
potential
AJ Terrell, Jesse Bates. You can see You can see all pro defensive lineman
see
Grady Jarrett will only
my
get
son becoming the next goddamn LeBron James.
Grady Jarrett has been doing what he's done in this league without help. David Onyemata is going to be helped. You see Calais Campbell on the way. Don't let Calais Campbell get down there in that middle as well. We're going to be stopping the run. We're going to be, man, we are putting ourselves in position to take over this division for the next 3 to 5 years easy. And I'm not sure why it's not clear to you guys, man.
Oh, it's clear to me.
It is, and
we have
the best coaching staff in the division. So I know we got swept by the Saints. So I'm gonna put some respect on the Saints, and we on the Saints channel. No disrespect to y'all boys, but we know that's over with. The Falcons we up next, baby. We put that crown on us, man. We're about to take over the division.
Who that nation? It's a few things we don't. It's a few things we don't want.
It's pretty.
We don't want the fair clowns to mention.
Best guard in the league. 100.
We had a guy that everybody said he injury prone, hadn't played this amount of game. Woo, came back. First game back in down there 3 years, came back. Eating AJ. Crunch time, mano, back shoulder, eating them. So AJ don't need to. He don't need to get brought up
but I say we could say just like Chris Rock say, selective outrage. So now you can select the time when Jameis Winston was good and when Jameis Winston was putting that ball on the back shoulder that Andy Dalton couldn't do. Now Jameis Winston gets love, but you kind of. Which one is it?
Well, no. Who? Go ahead. I want you to set the
movie out to make it your.
No, go ahead. Say I was.
Jameis Winston was making those plays. I mean,
and then I say Jameis
had to turn around. Those were better throws than those were better routes. That ball was right there on the back.
Jameis was supposed to be out there. I ain't never. I'm not saying he done this in another sentence saying. He asked or something like that. Nah, Jameis. I'm saying Jameis was supposed to be the guy in 2023. We were supposed to roll with him to see was he gonna get it right or not.
Oh, I think I was more directing towards Mike.
Everything is directed towards me. I know.
No, bro. I hear everything. So, no. What I'm saying is, no. When you boil down to it, man. When you look at every level, the offensive line. Chris Lindstrom, the best guard in the league, tackles, Ryan. I don't know why I keep calling Ryan. Caleb McGarry, Jake Hughes, and we Tyler Algier is the best, bro. I'm sorry, man. What did my man do? What did Alvin Kamara do this year? He scored a touchdown in one game? Did he score at the end of the year? Because I know all of his touchdowns came in one game. He had a down year. He's really still
it wasn't the season that we know.
So Tyler Algier, that's maybe a reach, a little stretch, but his ascending, bro. We have an ascending team. Our quarterback is ascending. Our wide receiving core. Come on, man. Everything running back. Secondary
wide receiving core, what is so?
They just got back Collins.
What do you mean? We got
you got a quarterback and number one overall pick getting the ball stolen from him.
Is a receiver, bro. Kyle Pitts is a receiver.
What about Cordell? Ain't Cordell y'all's number one back?
Who?
Ain't Cordell y'all's number one back?
Patterson.
No, he's not the number one. Dog, he's not gonna go into the year starter. Hey, thank y'all for bringing up Cordell because he knocked some sense to you guys last year, but he's gonna be there too. So thank you.
So you saying that he's over?
Thank you for that.
Is that what you saying?
Yes, bro. We got firepower and we're deep everywhere, bro. Deep. Receiving core, Drake London, Jonu Smith. Come on, man. Are you serious? Matt Collins.
Get the You got nice tight ends. So I just leave it at that. You got the best tight end tandem in the NFL. I mean,
Drake London. What do you mean? The
DJ, are you serious, DJ?
The rookie receiver.
Johnny Smith and Kyle Pitts is a hell of a damn combination.
Drake London has the highest grade. Was the highest graded rookie receiver.
He's not better than Chris Olave.
Huh?
He's not better than Chris Olave though.
If he would have had Desmond Ridder for 17 games, his numbers would have been better than Chris Olave.
Here we go. Would have, could have, should have, would have.
And we look what he did.
I'm living that should have, would have, could have, should have.
Kyle Pitts will show up. We don't have Marcus Mariota this year. We don't have Mariota. We got
he going Mariota's nuts last year. Now so they ain't got him. Now he gonna have better numbers with Desmond Ridder. Man, your receiving core is not good right now. Just call it what it is. They're not. You have good tight ends.
I would take my receiving core right now over yours. You have an old.
He's 29 years old.
No, you have an old.
I have a 29-year-old 35-yard receiver every year of his career, but everybody want D-Hop. Everybody want D-Hop, right? D-Hop has 2 years down. I know what production I'm getting from my number one. I know what I'm getting. You don't know what you're getting.
Mike Evans.
I have a Chris Godwin right behind him, 26 years old.
Chris Godwin, bad leg, who never look like himself this year. And it's gonna look even worse. Imagine how bad these guys are gonna look with Kyle Trask. So you got these guys counting $40 million. Why would I
like in the first place, Mike? This man flipping.
You got Kyle Trask throwing to that's just like you putting 93 premium in a Volvo, bro, in a 95 Volvo. You got Kyle Trask throwing to Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. Dog, it's not.
You got a 29 Mac Hollins. His whole entire career, he has 113 receptions for 1,410 touchdowns at 29 years old. And he'll be 30 before this season begins.
He's saying that's a Mike Evans year.
Out of all
that
our
is
teams,
a year for Mike Evans.
But though that
teams, do y'all see like what all was discussed, like the areas? The only player that got put out there for us, the Saints, was Derek Carr, and it's unknown what he gonna do. But mostly with the Saints, it was just about this person hurt, woo. But with y'all, it's unknown. It ain't looking too good for. I will say the Panthers. The Panthers did bring in some solid pieces. Now, what they gonna do with it, I don't know. If anything, I'll say Carolina out of the Bucks and Falcons, they gonna be better. I got them as of right now. Gotta go through the full offseason. It's us first, the New Orleans Saints first, and then Carolina did make some solid moves. I think if they gotta go. Andy Dalton put them in there. He makes safe decisions. And that defense can stay afloat. I can see them possibly getting in second in the division. I can possibly see that. But when we just went around and talked about each other's team, as you can see, the only thing that was coming at the New Orleans Saints was just this person hurt, that person hurt. Maybe Cam Jordan may be gone after this year. DeMario may be gone. Guys getting a little bit older. But it wasn't nothing about the New Orleans Saints is about to descend or, it's over. It's no promise. None of that came from nobody's mouth.
You're right.
So at the end of the day, we kind of conclude, we kind of understand that it's the New Orleans Saints, and then we don't know what's coming down the line after that. So fellas, do we got a understanding of that? The New Orleans Saints, and then we got to figure out what's coming next.
Who got to understand it?
Those two do, obviously, because they didn't come for it. And that's why you saying what you're saying. Those two. That's
because I get it. Y'all ain't want to hear nothing I said.
You had it, man. You ain't say nothing.
I talked about their defensive line. That's the reason why we're talking about Payton Turner and the players that are now on the Falcons and the Saints. I talked about DeMario Davis being on his last leg. Still playing.
That's what he's talking about.
Cam Jordan Another 35-36. He gonna get
That's
paid.
what he just said.
I just said that.
Yeah, they would, and that's what he said.
No, you're saying that like nobody's saying that you guys are going to be okay this year.
Yeah, no,
That's
nobody
what
is
you're saying right now. Nobody feels that way.
Nobody is saying that the New Orleans Saints is descending. When I said keep it 100, when that 100 was coming out, nothing about the New Orleans Saints being brought down was said. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, y'all are descending. It's clear to me. I've already stated that.
Oh,
I've already
man.
stated that it's already crumbling underneath. Right. We don't.
I don't know. You got a Trevor Penning who's gonna be a left tackle, which
But
looks
y'all
like
never
more of a guard.
Y'all didn't bring up nothing about the trenches.
Wait, who on that Bucs D line gonna mess with Trevor next year? Who gonna be eating his lunch?
The entire defensive line. Trevor Penning has not shown anything. He was hurt all year. We saw him in the preseason. That boy was he's getting ate up.
He got hurt, but I'm saying who gonna be eating Trevor Penning's lunch on that Bucs defensive line?
He was better as a swing six lineman run blocking than he was. We don't even know what he is left tackle right now.
I'm saying what defensive end of yours is going to be eating Trevor Penning's lunch next year? We can go on and put that out there.
Right now, anybody will eat that lunch. I'll even take Logan Hall probably to eat his lunch. I don't even see what he gonna look like.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
No,
DJ. No, but neither has your guys on the defensive line. What he's saying outside of Shaq Barrett, who they will probably
get there. You can put Shaq Barrett, put anybody.
Y'all gotta send pressure with Shaq Barrett to even get a pass rush. That's y'all's pass rush coming from a linebacker. Y'all don't even got a DN.
That's our edge rusher. We run a 3-4. If you understand what a 3-4 is, yeah,
they gonna come.
I know it.
You got a defensive end, you got a nose tackle, and you got two edge rushers on the edge that usually play off the ends of the tackles.
But why?
Yes, those are going to be players that's going to play off of that.
Driving force in the
Joe Tryon will probably eat Trevor Penning up.
I can't say that.
Hey,
I
man.
can't say.
Hey, that's the Saints defensive line last year about our run game and our offensive line. And then you go and gut that same defensive line that we ran through last year. Imagine what we're about to do to you this year. And we're only going to be even more bolden about it. So, hey, I'm not scared of the Saints, man. So I'm not.
That's why we ain't saying much about it.
Y'all, man, like a glass of milk.
I sold out for this year, and that's it. For a divisional, probably. I'm hoping for a divisional win. That's all y'all put out for a year.
No, DJ, you can what you just said. You can 10 toes stand on what you just said.
Yes,
you just said. That's why you ain't saying much about the Saints.
Yes.
Come on.
Mike already heard this from me before.
But that's why I'm saying what I'm saying.
Heard me say all this stuff before.
That's why I'm saying what I'm saying. Because you're gonna talk my ear to death
about your team.
And then the people,
put that on record.
Then the people here, and you ain't saying what you told me. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying.
What you instigating, bro? You got paid. You paid to instigate.
No, I mean, yeah, keep it 100.
That's exactly what's happening. You needed to have that sign last year when y'all thought y'all were gonna run this division.
Hey, look, I do say this though. Sean, you came for me and you're gonna continue to come for me, and I know why you coming for me. It's exactly what CB just said. And this is exactly what CB said, right? He said they feel like, and everybody should feel about their team right now at this point, March 22nd, that their team is doing something and we're going to be competitive. Everybody should feel that way. He said outside of their team, who he say coming second? Not y'all. He said us. And the reason you keep coming for me is because deep down inside, you're not going to say it. We're a threat to you. So the way you do a threat is you come in and just draw all the attention and you do that whole psychological stuff.
So what you
that's why you've been instead of coming at the Saints, you came for me.
Outrage. Now when CB, because when CB was talking about Derek Carr, nobody believed him. But now when he's talking about the Carolina being real competition, now his word is golden. Like what? How can you pick what CB says as being the truth? He might have been lying about you.
Look, Sean, you see what I'm saying?
Doubt.
Look,
I'm out here, bro. I understand that.
Nah, man,
reality.
That's Sean, yo.
Your team has a better perception about itself because you're a little brother to everybody. You really don't. Nobody really. Carolina is like down here when it comes to the big dogs in the division, right? Nobody kind of.
Wait a minute, Sean. We just finished second. You always talk about recent stuff,
no.
right? Hell no. You talk about my coach and what he did this past year. You don't care about all the history stuff. Yet you go see that's that selective out. What do you say?
We
that outrage, that selective outrage, whatever it's called.
No, I'm talking about like in mentionables. Like Carolina Panthers are like the least mentioned. Nobody, you're kind of over there, right?
That's not true. If you turn on the TV, we're the most mentioned team right now, Sean.
Nobody's really upset. So people have venomous against the Falcons because we've been kicking everybody's in this division's ass. We've been putting foots up everybody's ass, so we can be mad. But you guys are kind of like nobody's really upset with the Carolina Panthers. So you get a better you get a better rap. So people can be more favorable and it wouldn't hurt them as much to say Carolina is up next, but I'm still put my team above them. But Carolina is up next. It hurts them a little. It cuts like glass to say anything positive about the Falcons. It has to always be washed down with a nasty comment, right afterwards, right? So we don't get straight up love like Carolina, and that's good. You're in the Bible Belt, God's country. You got you a nice stand-up white head coach with American pie, right? That is the Carolina Panthers. Nobody's mad at y'all. Atlanta, we are who we are. Motherfuckers hate us.
Nobody.
Look,
no, and I don't see
when we sat down our starters to get a dub over us in like 4 years probably.
And keeping it a buck,
we beat you guys. It counted, right? It counted.
And I've said this offline, and I'm gonna say it here today. I believe this is gonna be a battle between Carolina and Atlanta. That's what I personally believe. That's me keeping it 100. I believe this division is gonna come down to Carolina and Atlanta this year. I think the Saints and the Bucks had their opportunity. The Bucks won a championship with it. The Saints went to multiple playoffs and runs, but never got that ship during this stretch. Now they got to start this other rebuild or retool period that Sean and I had to deal with. The difference is Tampa's handling it the right way. The Saints are thinking that they're still competitors and just keep pushing stuff further down that's going to eat them in the butt when they realize this ain't going to work.
That's why I want to know if you remember your past. That's why I asked the first question with that. Because this team, I'm talking about the Saints before Breeze and Payton. They remember their past.
No, I didn't.
Mike, you tiptoeing what you doing?
No, I didn't. You can rewind this. I never said because I don't believe in you.
I don't think one person on here said that y'all were the team to beat.
Nobody said that.
Now, y'all might say we might not kill y'all, whatever the case may be, because again, there's no threat felt from the Saints. Like it was the same thing from last year when y'all came on here. TJ made the videos. You had your two boys sitting there laughing when I'm sitting here trying to tell y'all, pump your brakes. Just pump your brakes. Y'all want to believe how this? Pump your brakes.
And that's going into the season. I stood on that going into the season, knowing that Jameis was going to be there full 17. That Mike wasn't going to have a season-ending injury. So after the Carolina game, I thought he was going to give us more games than what?
So just for I get prepared, what's the excuse for this year?
No, I'm not making
no. You're gonna get hurt on your team. I'm not wishing hurt on nobody, but it's gonna happen.
I'm not making no excuse. It is what it is. We didn't come out and perform the way we done. But with that being said, I'm just talking about from my view. I envision my statements was made. Envision Jameis being the guy, the full way. Now, if Jameis would have been hurt, would have went on IR and all this, but bottom line was that just DA was just waiting for that opportunity to yank him because that wasn't his guy. So that's what it came down to. But my statements was made in vision of Jameis being the guy at quarterback. I mean, that's what my statements was. I didn't envision Andy coming in unless he had to do the injury. And even though the injury was portrayed out there, right. It seemed like Jameis was healthy and DA didn't want to put him in.
And the reason why I don't have a belief in all y'all Saint fans in there is because of Denise Allen.
But I'm saying our
It ain't
defense, we had a
changed.
top five.
I
We had
don't
a
think-
top five.
I don't care
Carmichael.
who
We
has
had a
team.
top five defense.
It
What-
don't
what-
matter
it-
who's
All right,
on
answer
that
the question.
team.
What has Pete Carmichael, as of right now, earned to say that he's a good offensive coordinator?
Sean's gone.
Now I'm not gonna say Peter's offense. He's
Right
a
here,
good
bro.
one, not by himself.
Because for the last 15 years, with Sean Payton as your head coach, y'all have had top 10 offenses. You know what the last 2 years have been? Is Pete Carmichael 22, and I want to say like 19 or something.
Sean's last year, the offense was ranked 22nd or something like that.
No,
when
I mean,
Sean's
that's
last
okay,
season.
22.
Yeah,
That's
You know what I'm saying? You can
1
look
year.
at it. It's the you can look at it. You can look at it. Whether we did have a lot of QB change, so
no
we
James.
didn't
I
get
mean,
the offensive, but I'm talking about Sean's last.
no
season.
Drew. No Drew is what I meant.
I'm talking
no
about
Drew.
Sean's last
But
season.
again,
when Sean
even
was
with that
calling the plays
production,
his
what was
last
y'all record
season,
that year?
we was 9-8. But I'm saying the offense wasn't the reason for that. I'm saying the offense wasn't the reason for that. We was in the mid-20s in
Right.
total
That
offense.
But
That
you know how to play
defense
off
was
the
balling.
defense. Dennis Allen don't know how to do that.
Well, no, he lost too many pieces. He lost secondary pieces, and he had to get new guys to come in, learn it. Well, Honey Badger didn't get there until late, so
And
then
the
he had
result
to
of
get
that,
going
Mike,
late.
we had
If
a
you see
top five defense, though.
yeah, towards the end of the season, that thing picked up.
Well, was it overall or was it just towards the end?
Nah, at the
Overall
beginning,
number
we
was a
need to
top
go-
5 defense.
So we need to go
Nah.
look at
The overall number was a top, like by the
I
numbers,
thought
it was a top 5
I thought we
defense.
was in that top 5 range now.
The top
I'm
5
saying,
defense by the numbers.
I'm saying that we know what the problem lies. The main root of our problem why we didn't succeed. Us Saints fans know that.
Was it?
Watch
what was
Sean
it?
out about 7, 8 games with the ass. We were still able to hold it down. Still able to hold it down in the secondary. But Sean J, you welcome, man. We gave you guys David Onyemata. He's 30, maybe 31. I think he's 30. I don't know how many productive years he got. Y'all gonna get a good one. Caden Ellis. I know Caden Ellis. Y'all
Yeah.
definitely getting a dog in him.
He up next.
Yeah. He's
I
next. He
texted
gonna be
dog.
up
That's
next.
what I said when we signed him. I told him, I said dog.
Yep.
He's the dog.
yeah, he is a
Ryan
dog.
Nielsen, that's a piece that left us and we heard about.
Yeah.
We hurt because he was next. He was next for us.
Yeah.
With DeMario would have, if just say this season would have been DeMario's last season, Caden Ellis was up next. But you never know when your opportunity may go or come. That was an opportunity for Caden to step into a starting role, get a little nice bag. You got to take it. You got to take it while out there because you never know, what's coming in the future.
But just
But
look
shout
at
out
that.
to Caden. No, shout out to him.
Y'all took his D-line coach.
Yeah.
He did, yeah.
And he's y'all defensive coordinator. That's what that's another reason why I'm saying, because I don't believe in Denise Allen. There's too many pieces of Denise Allen that's gone on in this division that can hurt y'all.
Far as a defensive coordinator is general, DA gonna be calling the place. I absolutely trust in that. I'm just saying we need to shore up that defensive line, the tackles. I don't know what Nathan Shepard gonna bring. I don't know what Kalen Saunders said. Like I said earlier, I don't know what they're gonna bring. I'm not just gonna assume. I don't do that. That's why I'm not assuming with Derek Carr. I'm waiting till he come out.
You're assuming
These
y'all
guys
gonna win.
come out and actually play. Unless it's somebody that, like, we got a Pat Mahomes, we know what he gonna bring. But I'm saying these guys, I'm not sure. That's why I said in the draft we need to get one of these young defensive linemen that's young and promising.
And that's gonna be
Like
tough
the
at
D tackle and the defensive end. Those are the 3 positions that I'm worried about right now.
and I think y'all are what, like the 29th pick or something like that.
Yeah, we 29.
Yeah, so I mean, not saying there's not some out there, because it's gonna be some, because we looked in the early second round, and there's quite a few defensive linemen that can help this football team. So y'all got to take advantage. Y'all might have to reach them what their grade is, but that doesn't mean anything. It's more of a need for y'all.
Okay, well, we can give our final grade. It's hitting 2 hours. Appreciate the ones that's been tuned in. Been a lot of people
Yeah, we
tuned
see
in.
y'all
But
there talking. I saw y'all shoot some shots at me. I forgot what his name was.
Oh yeah, I saw him too. I'm crazy.
Much love.
I've been seeing them this whole. That's what's been driving me over here because I've been paying attention to what they saying, and I'm like, y'all got to be crazy.
Everything is facts. That's all.
No, everything is facts that nobody in the division can just sit here and sit on a pedestal and act like they just got it on lock.
No, I'm not just saying we got it on lock, but I'm just saying some things you got to be honest with. That's just like with the Panthers. The Panthers, they got better within this past week. Then they got the number 1 pick. I'm not shying from that. Just because we're in the same division, I'm just not going to knock down every team. I
already said my piece about the Panthers.
Tom Brady with y'all, he brought leadership to that. That changes the whole. We're talking about Uncle be the greatest quarterback ever. And some saying he probably the greatest player ever. You take that leadership and play out the locker room, and you going to Baker. Like, I mean, that's just honest. It's a very good chance y'all gonna be back in the basement. If Cal Trash is trash when he get that chance, and we already done seen Baker, where y'all go from here?
Hey, we got Dave Canales.
Got like a Jimmy or
We
something.
surged a career. I'm not betting on it. But hey, I don't really know.
But then we got the failed clowns, Desmond Ritter. I don't know I don't know if he gonna come out of the shoebox or what. I don't know what this is. I don't think it's not gonna be no overlap like that. The defense did get better just by getting some of our players alone. Yeah, they got better, and they did. Defensive coordinator, I can't go against that.
Jesse,
because they was with us, and we was dogs when we had them, so I can't go against that.
Well, he's never called plays before, so you can't sit here and say anything.
He was co-defensive coordinator. Ron Nielsen was.
What about Did your offensive coordinator call plays?
On the plays.
Talk it, Sean.
Did your offensive coordinator call plays?
Ryan Nielsen was.
Again, I'm not the one heralding. Did I say anything about my offense being the top offense in here? You talking about you got the best team, the best defense, the best wide receivers. You talking about you got the best of everything. You putting your guys on a pedestal. I'm just like, I gotta sit and watch, right? I'm not
both worlds.
I'm not gonna sit here and act like my team is the same team that we've been over the last 3 years.
This division is coming down to Atlanta.
It's kind of been
in New Orleans. It's Atlanta and New Orleans. It's the top two teams.
The first thing this man came out here talking about, they got the best team and those other stuff, best this, best that. We got the best wide receiver core.
It's over with for you guys, man.
No, we're talking about you right now. Didn't you herald your team to be the best and been there every category after our offseason? When we know paying a lot of money in free agency doesn't mean success, because that's what you're saying you guys basically did.
But that got you your Super Bowl, right? The free agency.
No, we had a core that was added. We added pieces.
1-2 year rentals that you had.
We already had a dog defense, and then we added some players that help on offense. We added Gronk. We added Tom.
Your team
had nobody like that outside of what we needed with that.
Bro, your team is a skeleton of itself. That's why you guys are going in.
We ain't a skeleton because we got rid of them. What are you talking about?
You're going in the basement. But this is not.
Hey, give me the timestamp. Give me the timestamp. I got to see that because I might have been talking about the national media say that about y'all. Give me the timestamp.
No,
I'm gonna go take it out. My bad. Go ahead.
This is between the Falcons and the New Orleans Saints, and I say that
it ain't between them. We're still the champ.
Carolina.
We got a ring and we got 2 divisional titles right now as it stands. None of y'all have even been to the playoffs in what 3-4 years now.
DJ, this ain't you not about to be in this, man. You sound like a Cowboy fan right now.
Without being in it, it don't matter no matter how much y'all want to put.
Everybody see y'all at the basement, man.
It don't matter.
Great job.
Y'all over here talking about what ifs and feelings. I'm talking about facts. We are still the reigning.
We're talking about our rosters, bro. And your roster.
No, you guys are heralding yourselves as the ones to take over when you don't know this right now. The only thing you know right now is that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were the last.
Let me know if you need to
have this division
and get on the big screen and replay that.
You're hoping.
Let me I know y'all will.
Man, but what? Let me say one last thing about Carolina, man. I'm not sure why everybody is buying all the way into Carolina, because I don't see, even if a number one draft pick comes in, that quarterback, is he going to take the league by storm? So CJ Stroud is just going to come and lead the Panthers to the playoffs? Or are we going to say Andy Dalton is going to lead them to the playoffs? I think that this is going to be, they're going to take steps back this year because of the quarterback, and they have to incorporate a young quarterback who may not even hit. So I think it's Atlanta and New Orleans, and I think we're kind of pushing Carolina to, oh, you got the number one pick, and this quarterback is going to be so great. I think there's going to be a delay to it. Even the great Patrick Mahomes didn't even come out the gate. So Carolina is on a 1 or 2 year away, and depending on how bad they are this year, they're without a first next year, which hurts them. So Atlanta is building this team the right way. We're in position, and I think with Derek Carr in New Orleans, they're going to be right there with us. So Atlanta and New Orleans, man, that's what I got. So sorry, Carolina, but I'm not. I don't really think you proven number one quarterback hasn't proved anything. Andy Dalton, we already know. Saints fans can tell you he's not going to get you far. So,
hey, CB, can you put that keeper 100 up here one more time? Just put that up there for me one more time. Go ahead. There you go. Appreciate that.
Hey,
answer me this question. Like I said, I'm just want this question. Which quarterback in this division really has proven anything? And we're sitting here talking about quarterbacks of being, a good or great quarterback. Like a great quarterback. I would say more of a great, because everybody's talking about these quarterbacks. He talked about his number one pick, who's going to be, wet behind the ears. Desmond Ridder, he ain't take a step yet. We don't know where he's going to be. Derek Carr, he only been to the playoffs twice in his damn near 10-year career.
Derek Carr hasn't proven anything he hasn't proven
nothing
that he can be great. I'll say great, but he's definitely proven himself enough to be considered a good quarterback.
He's 20 wins under 500 winning.
No.
So how does that make him
I'm not like I said, I don't know.
Quarterbacks are graded normally by wins and losses. Can we agree on that?
He coming to us.
Can we agree on that? Sean, can you agree on that?
Can we say that again?
I think
quarterbacks are graded on wins and losses. They get contracts because of wins and losses. Keep it 100 up there one more time for me, please.
I mean, the media grades him like that, but that doesn't mean that.
Yeah, I mean,
that continuously gets paid while having a losing record. Show me one. Oh, it's crickets in here now.
What? Show you a quarterback.
Show me one quarterback that has multiple contracts with a losing record. Show me one that went 10 years and continuously got paid like a franchise quarterback and continuously lost.
No, I don't disagree with that.
But now we're calling him as going to be the guy in this division.
Was Matthew Stafford?
He the best quarterback current today. Now we're gonna see how it playing out. I done told you multiple times. I don't know what he gonna bring to the Saints. I just know he gonna be better than what we
Sean
had.
Jay was like, Derek Carr.
He's gonna be better than what we had. I can say that, but I'm not gonna sit here and say,
"Oh, he has done a lot of winning in his career."
I sat here and said he had Josh Jacobs in the back. I named all the guys he had together at some point. He still couldn't do it. I said that out my own mouth as a Saints fan.
I'm not saying you. I see the chat a little bit. Y'all here, blah, blah, blah. Like, and I keep hearing this Derek Carr and like,
remain to be seen.
Man. Y'all should be again.
That's an honest statement on Derek Carr. It's remain to be seen. But he's not. I'm not going to say he's average because I'm not going to stand on he's average. Now he's good, but I ain't about to put him in no top 10. Not right now. And if he come down here and start smoking boots and stuff, okay, then You know, they're gonna have to start raising.
This ain't strong enough. These lemons and limes, I need something else in this motherfucker.
But it's a legitimate conversation, though. This is the crazy part, and I think Sean, hopefully you heard what he said about this.
Where Jeffrey said, "TB, you letting these dudes slide? What I'm letting them slide with? Bro?
I don't know.
What's
everybody gonna have at the end of the day, man? We all
again. Tell me what Derek Carr has earned in his career to say he is an elite to great quarterback,
and that's what I'm saying.
I can't answer that because I mean I don't see
because he gets paid like that over and over and over again. Y'all be paying him $50 million in 2 years. Just let you know that too.
Like it could easily be, and I think this is what I heard, and this is Panther ears, so it might be a little different. We got the quarterback with the winning record, and we got the number 1 pick, and our quarterback could be better than every quarterback that's in this division right now.
That's a fact. I can't disagree with that. That's why I said it's remained to be seen what Bryce Young, if y'all go that route.
Ain't talking about Bryce Young.
If they going with Bryce Young, it remains to be seen. I can't.
I think either one of them.
But I'm saying today, because the Panthers could go with Will Levis to keep it all the way hot.
Anthony Richardson, man.
Might acting like he ain't heard them rumors and stuff up this way.
Man, that was like
acting like he ain't been hearing that.
Man, that was like 42 days ago.
Don't know for sure that they gonna get Bryce Young yet.
Nah, I do think it's between those two, Bryce Young and CJ Stroud. I do believe that they got the edge right now, but they love what Anthony Richardson can bring. I don't know if they're gonna risk that though, especially with what they've seen from CJ and the film that Bryce has, and we'll see what Bryce does tomorrow. I'll be watching it.
All right, fellas. Well, we done went over 2 hours, man. We can. Hey, it's early in the off season, man. We definitely gonna have more of these, man. But you guys can give your final thoughts. Any final thoughts?
Hey, let's start from the bottom up and go this way this time. If you're okay with that.
Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead.
Yo, hey, man, final thoughts. I think this division is wide open. Off season is the best time to have optimism with the draft coming up. Free agency just happened. Everybody's making moves. So we just need to finish to see how the pieces are coming together. I myself like the way the Atlanta Falcons pieces are coming together. So that's why I am as confident in my team. I know things change, but I feel like we are moving in the right direction, man. So interested to see what we do in the draft next month to try to make this team better so we can get back to the top and I can go last next year.
Okay, who that nation? Y'all know this your boy CB holding it down for the Saints. Definitely spit a lot of facts on our behalf tonight. Shout out to y'all for tuning in. I'll get a breakdown later, the closing statement. But basically, man, our New Orleans Saints, I feel like it's us and then it's going on down. Right now, I believe Carolina gonna be in second, then Atlanta, then Tampa. I think that's how it's falling right now. We know it's too early in the offseason. The offseason just kicked off. So like I said, it's just a round table. We're gonna get more of these going. But as of right now, this is how I see it. We got Derek Carr in. We know who that nation. He's better than what we had on the team. So we're gonna roll with that. Hopefully he comes in and do better than what's out there. Regardless of all these playoffs miss, we know it's consistencies out there in Oakland and Las Vegas. We know he had multiple coordinators, and then Mike Dane. We already know all of that. We ain't got to get into all that, but just shout out to y'all for tuning in. Hope you guys liked it, and the New Orleans Saints definitely holding the crown this year. So who we got next? We got Mike next.
What's going on, man? It's your boy Mike Ricks, man, your Carolina Panthers representative. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you, CB, for having us on here, man. It was a pleasure. We got to do more of these, y'all. We have to do more of these. But I'm excited about the off season, man. It's been a roller coaster for me, but it's been good. I think we got very valuable pieces at a valuable price. because we don't want to be in that cap hell situation, man. So I love the way we're structuring these deals. We finally got some true professionals within the organization that have been in the NFL, got a lot of experience, all of that, so they know how things need to be done here. So I'm extremely grateful for that. Love the number one pick. We control our own destiny in this, and this has been a position that we've struggled with for many years, probably since that 2017 season when Cam and y'all swept us, actually went 3-peat on us. So somebody brought that up, so hey, I'm bringing it up to you. But yeah, excited about the direction of this football team. Actually excited about the direction of this division. I see what Tampa's doing. They're just not here yet. So I don't want to write them off. It's just this year they got to suffer. But after this year, though, if they do what I think they can do, they could be a problem. But right now, this division is up for 3 teams, and that's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say Carolina, Atlanta, New Orleans, Tampa. You're working it out for next year. Hey, thank y'all again. Your boy Mike Ricks. Much love. Don't forget to support the channel, NFC South versus the NFL. But we also changed the name to Big Talk Sports, so go check it out.
Forget all that y'all talking about. This is your reigning NFC South champion Bucks signing off. And hey, man, I'll say it again. I love what my team is doing for the future. We're not selling out because we could have kicked that can just like the Saints did and try to sell out to hopefully get a possibility or to compete, or at least a vision of it this year to make it feel better to y'all that we were going to compete. But we're going to compete either way. This team is going to surprise people. Now, I'm not sitting here like everybody else and saying, oh, my team's going to win the division, because I still need to see it myself. I got to see what this team is offering. But again, nobody in this division scares me. I'm happy with the moves they made. I'm cool with my coaching staff. I'm cool with everything going on. You just got to see if it's going to work. Hey, but we still are the 2-time Super Bowl winning team in this division. Nobody else can do that. And 2-time divisional winner as of right now until January, until somebody has to take us off that crown. So put some respect on our name, and y'all can kiss it all day, baby. Get me off the screen,
man. Okay, Who That Nation. Well, that wraps the show up. Once again, everyone, please like, subscribe, and follow the page for the ones that isn't subscribed. For the new listeners, check us out. For the ones that just hearing about us, please continue being supporters of the channel. And once again, man, shout out to the whole Who That Nation that tuned in. I want to thank these guys that tuned in, man, every one of them. And once again, check out their podcast. They do a podcast together. It's called the NFC South versus the NFL, but they just changed it. Mike, it's Bit Talk Sports. Let me get that right. Bit Talk Sports.
That's correct.
Okay, Bit Talk Sports. They just changed the name up.
Still search NFC South versus NFL and find it. So
okay, so yeah, you guys please go support their channel. You will see TJ Jones from State of the Saints. He be on there a lot. And they had a roundtables and stuff. So, we got good connection with these guys, man. They keep it honest, and that's all I'm about is honesty. That's TJ stand for that too. And just a group of guys, man, that just keep it hot. You gonna go kind of left a little bit when you're trying to ride for your team. But hey, man, good talk, good heated discussion. Looking forward to having another series of this again, and we got all season to do this. But once again, it's the WDN Chatline podcast. This CB, and I'm out. Who that?